From September 17, 1972 to January 14, 1973. The world witnessed an extraordinary achievement.
The Dolphins have completed the greatest season in NFL history, fouled by a ton of people in center field.
Perfection. 119 days of undefeated football. 17 games. 17 wins.
Miami has won Super Bowl 7.
50 years later, we still toast to our remarkable feat. But that was then. The now is our focus. A new era of Miami Dolphins football, striving ahead towards greatness.
We're up top, down he goes. Oh, batted away, intercepted.
So while we honor the past, we look to the future with excitement and hope.
Touchdown! And sacked for the touchdown!
Coming through with the Bills at home.
Buckle up, hold on to your hats, here comes Waddle.
Embrace the fact that they're a good football team and that there's one way to be put in the category of good football teams. You beat good football teams.
Caught for the touchdown!
You're trying to get better. You don't get better from basking in the glory. It's on to the next.
Get it, man. 1, 2, 3.
Take that feeling you have on Sunday
Good day for the Miami Dolphins.
and you put it to bed.
2, 3.
The best teams are the ones that continually progress throughout the whole season.
The offense, defense, special teams.
Let's do it.
all three phases being on the same page, that's where it's going to take you to your ultimate goal.
This is about the Miami Dolphins.
We're excited to get the opportunity to go out, put on display the camaraderie that our guys have shown together.
Yo, we go, baby. Loose ball to the end zone. Touchdown.
It was awesome to see the team come together.
Having fun, build culture here.
That's how you win games in this league. Takes all of us.
Go big, go home. Get your game face on. I need a seat on that throne. Go. Yeah, leave it all on the floor. If there's a knock on the door, don't leave us in, we the boys.
Middle got his man, and look at him go! Jalen Waddle for the touchdown! Loose ball inside the 5 to the end zone.
The Dolphins have pulled off the improbable.
Touchdown! Miami!
Go big, go home.
Touchdown!
Fantastic job. They came out smoking.
Tyreek Hill!
Tell you why I love number two. Nobody gave this dude a chance coming in, and everybody was still questioning this year.
Like
if Tua Tagovailoa belongs in the NFL. And what I love about Tua giving you the double turntables. He give you a little him, two of them. Him. And then he comes over here and twists a waddle. Double turntables. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. And back-to-back games. Never done before in the history of that franchise. And that franchise had Dan Marino. And Dan Marino was one of the baddest dudes to ever throw a football. Tua, keep it spinning, baby, and break it right.
And the question was about Tua and the confidence you have in him. And what I heard you say was that you believed in him from the first day you saw him and working with him.
Yeah.
And you said, quote, people should start pulling up a chair to the table and apologizing to him.
That's it. That's it, bro. Like, that's how it's easy, man. Like, that's all people gotta do, man. Just set their pride aside. You know what? Like, everybody isn't blessed to like come into like certain situations, man. You know, unfortunately, like Tua, like he came into a difficult situation. You know, obviously, 2 years down the road, he got J-Dub, which is Jalen Waddle, you know, to help him out a little bit, man. But, you know, some guys don't come into great situations, you know, so I feel like, you know, once he got a coach who truly believed in who he is as a person, who he is as a player, like this organization got around him, like look at the talent now he got around him. So, man, like a lot of people can begin to grab their chairs. Like we got enough room at the table, man. So media people, I'm saying this to y'all. Y'all can apologize now.
Man, greatness on every single play and have each other back, man. That's what we got to do. Let's go. Let's go dominate. Do what we do.
Touchdown! Miami Dolphins lose.
Ain't nobody guard me. 3, 1, 2, 3.
Is anybody catching on to this Barry guy?
I hope you are, because for the next 3 hours or so, I'm going to be your host here for the Miami Dolphins Houston Texans game. And I just want to say, welcome back. Welcome back. We had a bye week. I know everyone was itching to get back into the things. I couldn't wait. I did some content in between. Probably you guys, some of it saw it. Some of you guys saw it. But it's not the same as game week. And this is game week. And on paper, this thing shouldn't be close. On paper, this should be 14, 15, 20-point win on paper. But as I've been telling you, on any given Sunday, any given team can beat another team. My name, if you guys aren't aware, is Barry Cunningham. I am your host. We're going to make some noise here. We're going to have some fun. And hopefully we're going to see a Dolphins win. But understand, on any given Sunday, you never know what's going to happen. Like I say, don't beat yourself. So I got something new here I'm going to play for you guys. And that's going to be the weather report. Hey, everybody, I want to let you know here in South Florida, it's 88 degrees right now with a high of 90 to 92, which means the temperature on the field is going to be over 100 degrees. Sorry, Houston. Yeah, sorry, Houston. Houston, you may have a problem. We're going to look at 100-degree weather on the field today. It's sunny, intermittent sun, partly cloudy down here in South Florida. but a beautiful day for a football game. So let me go over something with you guys real quick here. We got the inactives. Teddy Bridgewater, inactive. Eric Ezukama, still inside the witness protection program. He's inactive. Noah, surprisingly, is inactive. Raheem Mostert with the bad knee, he's inactive. So that means Jeff Wilson's going to get a ton of carries. Also, we're going to see Myles Gaskin, and Hunter Long is also inactive. So that also means that Skyler is the number 2. So if anything happens or we get a big lead, Skyler's going to be coming in like he did last time. I also want to be the first today, if no one else has said it to you, Merry Christmas. I love this time of year. It's the best time of year as far as I'm concerned. Merry Christmas. And in lieu of our Hawaiian quarterback, Mele Kalikimaka. Yes, Mele Kalikimaka. You understand, on Tua Tuesday, that's all we're talking about is Hawaiian stuff. And if you look over my shoulder here, those of you guys in Hawaii, let me move my big head. You guys know what this thing is right here? You know what that is? Anybody in the chat want to say what that is right there? My wife went and got me a Macau, which is another word for, the big fish hook. You may have seen it in a movie, but I love it. And then also, what's on this Macau? Anybody in the chat want to say anything about that? Any of my Hawaiian friends? That is what's called an ikaika, which is a warrior. It's a little headdress that's made for Hawaiian warriors. And Tua Tagovailoa is our warrior. This game, I can't wait to go into it. This is going to be some fun. We're about, it says here, 2 minutes before kickoff. Let's see if I can take a couple comments here real quick while we're waiting. Where's my comment thingy? Oh my God, did I delete my comment thing? I may have deleted my comment. I may have to go back to my old comment stuff. Wow, that sucks. Anyway, so I can go to my old one. Yep, the old one still works. What do we got here? Is it firing? There we go. Merry Christmas to you as well, Duke. Merry Christmas, Maliki Kalikimaka as well. Hey, Steven, Merry Christmas to you. Looking for a big win. That's the only present I want today. Songs of Hope. Glad you guys are here. I know you guys have a lot of options for these things, and I thank you guys for being here. Thank you very much. What else we got here? The Christmas spirit started on January 2nd, 2022. Why not? Why not just go with Christmas all year round? Treat people the way you want to be treated. Absolutely. Hank Kappen says, Ohana. For those of you who don't know, you are Ohana. Ohana is the extended family of somebody, and you are my YouTube Ohana, as well as I have my Ohana and you have yours, but you are my YouTube Ohana, and welcome here. Let's see. No excuses. Wallace says, no excuses today. We're well rested. It's time to be aggressive for all 4 quarters. Nah, I don't want to be aggressive for all 4. I want to go balls to the wall for 3 quarters, run up a 20 or 25 point lead, and let Tua, Jalen, Tyreek, the offensive line get a blow in the 4th quarter. That's what I want to see happen. Let's see here. Jimbo, what's up, brother? You're here today. Jimbo says, what's up, brother? Let's go. Got to do the shaka. Absolutely. What else we got here? Let's go Finn, says Tommy Meyer. Absolutely. When am I going to unveil the Don't Beat Yourself banner? Going to be doing some changes in the background here. First one today was, the Macau. See it sitting there? See it sitting right there? Macau. Right there. There's the Macau sitting right there. Going to be doing some different things with the background. Well, Mark, thank you very much. The best option. Thank you very, very much. Jerry Moore says, Merry Christmas to you, Barry, the whole Dolphin family we got here. Hopefully the whole team shows up to play today. Yep. Like I said, Raheem Mostert is not even active. It's the bulk of the load's going to fall on Jeff Wilson's shoulders, which I think he'll be able to handle, especially against this team. This team, in case you guys don't know it, this team here has had a problem, a real big problem. They've given up 178 yards per game rushing throughout their schedule this year. So they're showing it on TV as temperatures 85, southwest wind at 9 miles an hour. It's partly sunny. but you can bet your sweet bippy it's 100+ on the sidelines. And here we go with kickoff. So I know before anybody says anything, let me go ahead and we're kicked off, by the way. Jason Sanders just kicked the ball off. And here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Let me get that scoreboard up before anybody says anything. There it is. And then seems like my stream is intermittent here. Just let me know if you guys are okay with that. And Cameron, yeah, doing a stream today because it's not available like anywhere else. I mean, basically South Florida is it. All right, 1st and 10. Houston's got the ball on their own on their 25. Let's see what happens here. He's in a shotgun, this new quarterback, and he hands it off up the middle for nothing. Everybody in the middle pretty much stuffed that play. So I got something else I'm going to try here. You guys tell me if this is too much. Yeah, there we go. Got some game sounds so we get a little bit more. So if it's too loud, let me know. Let me know in the comments if that's too loud. If it is, I'll turn it down. But I wanted to do more of a game experience in here. All right, here we go. 2nd and 9. That play got 1 yard. Here we go. He's under center. Looks like he's changing the play a little bit. And it's another handoff straight up the middle for about 1.5. So it's going to be already 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. That play didn't seem to go well whatsoever for the Texans. All right, too loud, everybody says. All right, let me pull it down. How's that? Let me know. Don't like it? All right, if you guys don't like it, it's going off. I was just trying to see if maybe we could, boom, it's done. So that experiment is over. No crowd noise. All right, so it's 3rd and 6. Quarterback, what the hell is this guy's name? Allen or something, some nobody. Let's see what he does. He's in a shotgun. Here comes a snap. He's looking for somebody. He's being chased by Chubb. He's chased out of the pocket, and he throws to nobody. All right, we'll take it. It's 4th and 6. That was quick. I mean, he barely ran off a minute off the clock. It's 13:32. But he was looking for his wide receiver. X-Man had him just blanketed. There was no place for him to go off the field. So here we go. Dolphins are going to get the ball. Pretty good field position, probably. And Tua and the boys are going to be coming out to the field. Probably if there's a commercial, we'll go ahead and take some comments. Let's see. Here we go. There's the punt. Not that good of a punt, but it's down to the 20. He's at the 30. He's at the 33. That was Cedric Wilson, and he runs out of bounds. If they go to a timeout, we'll go ahead and take some comments. And they're not. They're going to just bring the offense on the field. Probably because they didn't do anything on that really short drive. Not time for a TV timeout. Here we go. Tua's checking his wristband, getting the plays right. I'd love to see them come out big here. Just boom, take the shot, man. If I don't think these D-backs can hang with Tyreek and Jalen. We may see Mike hit something hard here real early. Let's see. Tua is under center, so maybe a play action. Who knows what they're going to do? He's got Sherfield in motion and play action. He hits, I think that was Jalen. Who's that? He hit Jalen Waddle over the middle for about 10 yards. That's going to be, you know what?
That's another Miami Dolphins.
They kind of made that look easy. I mean, Jalen came off the line, basically did an in, easy for about 12 yards. All right. Inside, nope, he play action again. This time it's to this is to Tyreek for about 10 or 12.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
These guys, wait a minute, I should reserve myself on these first two plays. But right now it looks like pitch and catch. It looks like they're just having, practice right now. They're nowhere near them. They're taking 10 yards off the ball in terms of covering these guys. Tua's 1st and 10. He's under center. He's in a run position. Let's see what they do. Tyreek's in motion to the right. Hand off inside to Jeff Wilson for about 3 or 4 yards. Okay. Making these guys come up, which is dangerous. If they come up, boom, hit them. Yeah, Pablo. I'm four plays behind. Sorry, Mark. It's not. I'm watching TV. It's right there. So I'm not on pause or anything, so I just YouTube TV is a little bit different. Not sure where you guys are. All right, here we go. Tua is in the shotgun. 2nd and 7. He's got the snap, high snap. He's looking for somebody. He finds, nope, that's an incomplete pass. So the high snap blew that play right off the bat. Just the continuity of the play just didn't work. Once that snap goes up, it throws off the timing. You guys take your concentration off the ball. So now it's 3rd and 7. They've been running really well. I mean, the offense has been working really well. And then you get disrupted by a high snap. So it's 3rd and 7. Tua is in the shotgun. What's up, Nick Newman? All right, here we go. Waiting for the snap. Taking a long time. 4 seconds on the play clock. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2. Oh, he gets it off. He's looking for somebody. He finds Jalen Waddle over the middle, wide open for another 20-yard gain.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
I know Mike McDaniel wants to establish the running game, but these guys are so wide open on the pass play thus far. I mean, they're literally playing 10 yards off, and there's just nobody around him when he gets the ball there. It's just a pitch and catch at this point. And yeah, if he keeps this up, he's definitely going to have 300 yards. All right, 1st and 10 from about the 17 or 18. Let's see what we got. He hands it off to Jeff Wilson, gets to the outside. He's down to the 10. He's down to about the 7, but there was a flag. Probably going to be holding. You know what they say. Yep, it's holding. So the first indication of the game, we're basically 5 minutes in. And here I'm going to say it, don't beat yourself. You're down to the 7-yard line, would have been 1st and goal. I sound like a broken record. I say it every single game, every single broadcast. Championship teams don't do this shit. Championship teams don't beat themselves. That's not saying that they can't be a championship team, but they got to fix this. Stop it. All right, so now you go from basically 1st and goal to 1st and 20 on the 27 or 28-yard line. Tua is in a shotgun. Taylor, okay, there's a pass. Wide open again. This time Tua threw the ball too high. Jalen Waddle was wide open, coming in on a slant from the left-hand side, and he threw it a little bit high. Jalen couldn't grab it. It was catchable. But he's wide open again, so it was a little bit high. No reason for him to drop that ball, though. That's just buttery fingers there. He messed up. He knows he messed up. All right, 2nd and 20. I'd hate to have to settle for a field goal here when you were first and goal and a penalty brings you back. That just sucks. I hate that. All right, Tua's in the gun. Got Tyreek in motion. He's back to throw. Wide open in the middle, but nope. He threw it behind Cedric Wilson. So, 2 bad throws by Tua in a row. Two pretty bad throws. Those guys were open. He could have hit them. So now it's 3rd and 20. Not what you like to see. Waddle was wide open. Man. Settle down. I got to get the woosah. Because this is the kind of stuff that just drives you crazy. He was wide open the first play, and then he threw it behind Cedric Wilson on the second. So, just settle down. Tua's in the gun. Here we go, 3rd and 20 from about the 20. There's a throw, and he's lucky that he didn't get interception. He tried to throw it to Sherfield. It got hit and deflected into the air, and could have been intercepted. Not almost, it could have been intercepted. I don't want to sound like Mina Kimes saying it's an almost interception, but the defensive back played well on the ball. So Tua with 3 iffy throws in a row. After going 1st and goal, they blew the drive because of the penalty. You got off your schedule. You got off. Things were going well. You would have had 1st and goal from about the 7, and you blew it. Penalties will always come back to haunt you. And the kick is up. And thankfully, Jason Sanders gets us 3 points. All right, so 3-0. That's okay. We'll take that. And let's go ahead and take some comments while they go to commercial. I think they're going to go to commercial. Yeah. All right. So who we got here? Good. Just shaking the rust off. We'll be okay. Yeah, that did look rusty. It indeed looked rusty. I'll have to say that. Pablo, you're correct. There was some rust on that set. There was. That wasn't the Tua that has been playing so well. There were a couple nor Jalen Waddle dropping that pass as well. Yep, Johnny Fraze, we'll take it. We're on the board first, 3-0. We'll take it. I don't think these guys are gonna mount any significant offense against the Dolphins. So get them out 3 again, and I think everybody is seeing shake off that rust. Yep, it's obviously. Wow, you guys are pretty good. You're all recognizing it, that this was just rusty stuff. It's a good thing we're playing the Texans coming off of a bye, because now you can work that out. Tua's not going to miss those passes all game long. Not going to happen. Now Tua is all of a sudden the 20th best QB in the league. You're joking, right? I know you are. Sanders had missed some stuff before, but he kicked that one through, so we're good. Miami Mac says, hey, what's on Miami Mac? Miami Mac says, coming off a bye week. Yep, absolutely. Wow, Songs of Hope. Thank you. 500 plus in the chat. Hit the like button. I'm trying to keep up, man. I'm trying to keep up. Like I said in one of my other videos, I look at every single comment. So if I miss you during a show, understand, I read your comments. Absolutely. Magic City says if Sanders had missed that, he would have been cut. Would have had to send him home. Absolutely. Wow, Victoria Serta. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. I have some gifts to send out to some people this Christmas, some Miami Dolphins fans. I don't like mentioning names because there's people that need some stuff. And so I've got a hat going out to a young girl in California, a t-shirt going to somebody here in South Florida. And all of that absolutely helps get these people some stuff. We should be thankful we have Houston as a pickup game after the bye before heading into the gauntlet. Yeah, get this stuff done before we head to California. All right, we're back. Broadcast is back. 10:21 left in the first quarter. Still warming up on the side. Start warming up on the sideline. Yeah, we should. They need to do something. All right, here we go. Kickoff is out of the end zone again. No, they're going to try to run it back from 6-7 yards back. He falls down. What a stupid play. That guy, Jason Sanders, kicked the ball 6 yards deep in the end zone, and this idiot decides to run it out and gets tackled like on the 10 or 9 yard line. That's what 1-8 teams do. 1-8 teams do stupid things like that. Now you've just basically put your team in a hole. Let's go. Let's eat these guys up at this point. And a stupid play like that to me is the same as a penalty. So they've got first and 10 from the 10-yard line. What a dumb play. They teach you that in high school. Hey, man, you're 6 yards deep. Don't think about coming out the end zone. But he did, and now they're on the 10-yard line. So let's go, defense. He's in the shotgun. He's looking for somebody. Wow, they got a first down right off the bat. About a 10 or 11-yard pass. Our cornerbacks looked really soft on that play. Very soft on that play. Didn't like that. So now you've taken them out of the pressure situation. You've given them, field position, not good field position, but it's not the same as being on the 10-yard line. Now you're on the 20-yard line. One play, boom, 10 yards, and they're on the 20-yard line. All right. Don't let that keep happening. He's under center, hands it off, goes nowhere for maybe 1 yard line. Big old Christian Wilkins up there. Plug that one up. You're not going anywhere on Christian Wilkins and Zach Sealer. Ain't going to happen. So you're going to have to throw, which means our guys have got to do something back there. It's time to basically get some stats. Get an interception or two today. They're not going to be able to run. So he's going to have to throw his way out of this. 2nd and 9. Still at about the 19-yard line, 21. He throws off to the side. A quick dunk, goes nowhere. So it's going to be 3rd and 7, I say, 3rd and 8. Let's see what they mark it as. 3rd and 9. So they're saying that play got nothing. Houston is showing very little on offense so far. That one slant that they just did for the first down. But so he's passing right now. A throw is coming. He's in a gun. Kyle Allen, I believe, is his name. And let's see what he does. See if we get any pressure on him. Not sure. All right. And yes, they do get pressure. Melvin Ingram. Oh, he's going down. This guy's not ready for prime time. He started getting chased. And it's a good thing. I don't know if you guys saw the USC Notre Dame game and how Caleb Williams was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They came at him. He just said he went down. He folded like a cheap tent. Just said, nope, I'm not going to even try. And he saw Melvin Ingram coming after him. Then he saw Chubbs, and he just laid down. He literally laid down. He jumped down. All right, we're getting the ball back now. Wow. That was funny. Never seen a quarterback do that before. All right, so this is Cedric Wilson catches the punt at about the 40, and he's down at about the 41 or so. So that was an interesting sack. Jeez, he's just going to fall down? All right, so we're going to go to a commercial, which means we're going to get some comments here. 1-8-1 team. This should be a walk in the park. Should be. Hill says he's smart for going down. I assume that's when the guy laying down. Let's go Finn, says Sabrina. Absolutely. Gary Gordon. Hey, some new faces in here. Now we need a TD. Yes, we got to score. If you guys aren't getting this, I know most of the country doesn't get this broadcast, but just like Video Outlaw here says, that was enjoyable to watch. Just watching a team literally full. He literally just said, "To hell with it. I'm diving on the ground. I am not going to get hit." It was great. I would like to see this Hank myself. Bomb 3 right off the bat. Let's see. Yep, that's what you said. Hola, Antonio. Back to you, brother. Right back at you. Where in Connecticut are you from? The cold part. Actually, it's a place called West Hartford, Connecticut. That's where I'm from. Now, it's about, I'd say, I was a Boston Red Sox fan growing up because Boston and New York, where I grew up, West Hartford, was equidistant from New York. It's 2 hours to New York, 2 hours to Boston. My dad and my mom were Yankees and Mets fans, and other people in our family are Red Sox fans. So it basically sits in the middle. If you want to know where West Hartford, Connecticut is, it's between New York, equidistant between New York and Boston. Hey, Bruce, thank you. Love to have you here. Betsy says our punt returns and kicks aren't good. No, they're not. Not at all. Not sure why. Yep, Pablo, you're right. Tubb going against Tunstall will be a battle. He seems to be winning it thus far. How do you become a Fins fan? Well, I grew up in Connecticut. I was a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. And then when you move to Florida and you've been here for 20-something years, who's your team? Not Jacksonville. And Tampa Bay was too far, so being in South Florida, you're a Fins fan. Yeah, I grew up right by ESPN. In fact, my nephew is a graphic designer for ESPN. He won a couple Emmys. So when you see some of the stuff on screen on some of the ESPN shows, he's one of them. All right, we got a play action pass from Tua. He is going deep, and he's got, who is that? Is that Sherfield? Wide open. It's pitch and catch at this point. I believe it was Sherfield.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, they're if Tua gets the ball off correctly, these guys are nowhere near him. And the other thing is he's got time. As of thus far, we're still in the first quarter. He has time. If we didn't get bad snaps, but this one was on the money and Sherfield caught it. So we're at the 36-yard line. He's back to pass again. This time he's got that man Tyreek for about 12.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
This is literally pitch and catch. They're playing so far off of these guys. They don't want to get beat deep. And so they're coming in with slants and curls, and they're wide open. He's literally just just going like this and hitting these guys. Their defensive line is not getting any penetration. They're not blitzing him. Yeah, he's going to rack up some yards if this keeps going. He's under center right now. He's changing the play. Tua is changing the play on 1st and 10 from the 20. And there's a handoff. Didn't go anywhere for about 1 or 2. Could have. There was an opening. There was a couple missed blocks there. Durham Smythe should have made that. I think that was Durham. Yep. Durham Smythe missed the block. That happens. If anything, though, what that play does also, it keeps those guys from backing up. If they start coming up, their offensive line is going to get a push. I have no doubt they're going to get a push. But right now, if the passes are working, stay with the passes. 2nd and 10. Tua is under center. He puts Tyreek in motion. He hands the ball off to Tyreek. Tyreek goes around the left end for about, I'd say, 5 or 6 yards. Again, not enough blocking at the point of attack there, but the run sets up the pass. So it's 3rd and 5 right now. Hey, John. Good afternoon to you as well. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 5, 5:22 left in the first quarter. He was looking for a play from Mike McDaniel. Now he's checking his wristband. Got to be quicker with these plays. Still concerned that they're taking up so much time getting the plays in. There's only 5 seconds left on the play clock here. Tua's in the gun. Gets the snap off. Finds, who was that? Is that Tyreek? Yeah, Tyreek again. He did not get the first down, so it's going to be an interesting call here by Mike McDaniel. It's going to be 4th and 1 from about the, I'd say, 10-yard line. He didn't get across the line. Maybe are they going to give it to him for forward progress? No, I got to say he's short. Let's see what they say. Yeah, it's 4th and 1. So you got to go. This offense is 1-8-1. You're basically doing what you want. Time for the offensive line to assert themselves here on 4th and 1. But Tua's in a gun with the empty backfield, so it's not going to be a run. Here's a snap. He's looking for someone to throw to, and he has, who is that? Sherfield again, down to about the 3.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Very, very surprised that Mike McDaniel went to an empty backfield, completely empty backfield on 4th and 1. That tells you some confidence in what he's thinking. 2 things. 1, the offensive line being able to give him time. And number 2, he knew these guys were going to get open. And they did. First down. All right, 1st and goal. What do we got here? Somebody called timeout. Now we had a Houston Texans injury. I hope that wasn't one of their D-backs because, man, they're really hurting. Singletary's already been out for the game. Run blocking has been poor. You're correct, Thomas. Let's see what we do here. Austin Jackson has been playing right tackle and doing a good job. All right, here we go. 1st and goal from the 3. 3.5. First time we've seen Alec Ingold in the game. He's behind Tua. He does a handoff to Jeff Wilson. Nothing. Literally nothing. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. I mean, that play didn't go anywhere. I'm extremely surprised with the way the Texans have played all year long that this team is not shredding these guys for yards. Doesn't make any sense. I got to believe that Mike McDaniel is thinking the same thing. Like, how are we not able to run the ball against these guys? All right. Have to look at that in the replays in the All-22. Snap to Tua. He's got plenty of time, but nobody open. He's running. He's still trying to make something happen, get rid of the ball, and he's got a touchdown to Durham Smythe.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
So that was a pretty good pass. Tua bought some time, danced around back there, wasn't in danger of getting hurt, found Durham Smythe, saw him in trouble, reversed from where he was, went to the open spot in the field, and Tua hit him. So We'll take that. Don't like what's going on with the run game, but we'll take that. Let's see here. All right, good job. Okay, 100 Auntie says, good job, Tua. Yeah, that was, if you guys didn't see it, Hank Capon here says, that was a surgical strike. Absolutely. And he bought himself time. Very loved that, how he bought himself some time. Yes, let's see here. Yes, touchdown. Go Fins, 10-0 first quarter. Yeah. Still have almost 3 minutes left to go. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll definitely take that. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in the first quarter, and you were starting. I'm not sure what that means. Or a couple of people in here complaining or something. I don't know. Hey, Mike, haven't seen you in a while. Love how he spreads it around. Yeah, so far he's thrown to, let me just think off the top of my head, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Durham Smythe, Trent Sherfield. So he's thrown it to 4 different receivers already just in the first quarter. Gotta love that. Makes it hard to defend as well. Mark Craven. Yeah, I could go for Tua for MVP if he keeps playing like this, but they won't give him any credit. Hey, this is a 1-8-1 team. Wait a minute. Betsy, are you Tua making things happen off schedule? I love it. Woman, you talking about Betsy's butler? Oh, okay. Because I'm like, well, I love to see women in here. And if you're talking about making plays off schedule, I'm gonna have to salute you on that one. Good question, Mr. What's this? Sergeant Serious. I don't know why they're not able to run. They're gonna have to get that fixed. Got to get that fixed. Doesn't make any sense why you can't run against a team that gives up 180 yards per game. Doesn't make any sense at all. I'm a little worried about the run game. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that. Hannibal Rector, what's up, my friend? You're always here. I thought the only reason Tua is catching stats is because of Tyreek and Waddle. Yep, that's what they've been saying, right? Nah, it's full of crap. I haven't missed a game yet. They'll say it's all Tyreek. They can't say it's all Tyreek because he's thrown to so many different people. Yeah. Audio Outlaw, you were absolutely right. Great scramble by Smythe too. He followed Tua and found the open space. That's intuitive stuff. That's some stuff where you're playing with a guy all the time and you understand when he starts moving, find the pocket. He'll find you. Find that pocket of emptiness so he can get the ball to you. Absolutely. All right. There's the kick. Hopefully they go 3 and out again. Yeah, he's not going to run this one back. He got smart. That's after that stupid run back on his last one. And they're showing the play over again. The Texans didn't have any idea where they were going. It's like they didn't understand. It was like a high school draw in the sand type play, and made it kind of easy for Tua. Whoa! They're showing one of their linebackers on the sidelines. He's kicking shit over. He's pissed. Yeah, it reminds me of what Dorsey did up in the booth during the Buffalo game when he's throwing stuff around. Like that. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25. Play action pass. He's looking pretty deep and almost picked off by Xavier Howard. I guess that doesn't count though. Almost interceptions that we have don't really matter. It's almost interceptions that the other team has that people care about. All right, so it's 2nd and 10. Yeah, good point here. You have to understand everybody gears up to play Miami. As long as they beat Miami, nothing else matters. Yeah, exactly. When you're a 1-8 team, beating this Miami Dolphins team would be a feather in your cap. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. 2:51 left in the first quarter. Allen is under center, halfback behind him. Snap. Another play action pass. He just dumps it off into the flat, and he's short. He's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down. So it's going to be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 here. That's all they're going to have available. Just quick passes. Let's see what happens. See if we can stop him here on 3rd down and get him out. But he's going to try. I'm telling you right now, he's going to try and do a quick slant or a quick out to one of his backs. He doesn't have time. They're getting pressure right now. And he's under center. He's not in the shotgun. So let's see if the guys up front can get some pressure on him. 3rd and 1, they're calling it. So this might be a run. Wait a second. Yeah, he hands it off. Boom. And nope, he didn't get it. I think Christian Wilkins just ate him. That was Raekwon Davis that time. Good gosh. And we have a flag. So let's see what we're going to call on this. Holding on them, hopefully. Michael refuses if it's holding on them. No flag. They picked up the flag. So it's 4th down. What? They called it on. Oh, wait a second. I don't know what just happened here. We had too many men on the field. So it's 12 people on the field. So you give them an automatic 1st down. 12 people on the field. The banner that you don't see yet is coming. Y'all can echo it in the comments. Don't beat yourself. You had it stopped, but you had too many men on the field. Stupid plays. You can't keep having stupid plays. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Play action pass. He's getting some pressure. Brings it back down. He tries to throw it to his halfback. Halfback drops the ball. God, I hate that stuff. I hate stupid penalties. Aggressive penalties, yeah, I understand. There are penalties when you're trying to defend a pass. That's an aggressive penalty. It might be called a pass interference. Stupid penalties, lining up offsides. This one, too many men on the field. It's idiotic. Man, 2nd and 10. All right, 2nd and 10. 1:56 left in the 1st. Kyle Allen's in the gun. He's back to pass. They blitzed him, and he threw it to his... Always teach you, whether it's in high school or college, look to where the blitz is coming from. He had a blitz coming from his left side, which means there's going to be one less man available for defense on that side. So as he saw the blitz, he threw it that way and, had a 4 or 5 yard completion. So if you have time, if the quarterback has time to recognize where the blitz is coming from, there's probably going to be somebody open where that blitz is coming from. And he found him. 3rd and 5. Allen is in the gun again. Snap. Blitzing again. 22. They almost got to him. That's going to be 4th down. Nice. 22. Who's 22? Elijah Campbell. You don't get to hear his name too much, but he came on a blitz as well. And he came around the side where basically the blind side of the quarterback and chased him out of the pocket. And he threw a bad pass. 4th down, kicking the ball. We're getting it. I mean, he came flying in. Good speed, and he chased him right out the pocket. He had to throw it on the run, knocked him down. 4th down. All right, so let's see, is Cedric Wilson back again? He calls for a fair catch on about the 9-yard line. So he's probably going to go to timeout. Let's get some comments, people. Let me see if they go to timeout. Yep, they're going to a commercial. So let's talk about it. Defense is playing well besides a dumb penalty. Yes, they are. Absolutely. That's better. Gary says, sure. 17 in the first quarter would be a good start. Yeah, that would be a very good start. Put some pressure on these guys. Take them out of their run game completely and make them have to pass so we can put pressure on them. Sure. I heard the weather was about 100 earlier. See any players huffing? Yeah, they're huffing over there. I mean, as we sit right here, let me look at my phone and see what it says here at 1:36. At 1:36, it says, it's updating. It says temperature is 84 degrees, but the feel like temperature, if you're not from South Florida, we always have to deal with the feel like temperature because the humidity down here is so strong. Not as bad this time of year, but it's still bad. The feels like temperature is 90 degrees. Now, right now, it's a little bit overcast. It's partly cloudy, so it's not as hot or just oppressive as it normally would be. But it's only 1:37. These guys have a couple more hours out there, and there's no shade on the sideline, no, on a visitor's sideline. So, yeah, it's 90, feels like 90, 92 on the field. I bet you in the sun when it comes out, it definitely feels like 100. Justin, yep, I think Tua indeed had to shake off some rust. What's up, VLKV? Is that I'm getting this right? Yeah. What's up, VLKV? Very good to join you again. Thank you, sir. So far, looking good, too. 3 drop passes and 1 tip, looking sharp. Absolutely. Get there. John, how you doing, buddy? Texans have picked their poison, either stop the run or the pass. And, yeah, I think they're selling out for the run right now, which might be their downfall. And some spam comes in. Let's see what else we got here. God, spam. I'm going to have to do something about that the next break. No problem, Steven. Just wanted to give you an update on that. Where are you from? Let me know. Tell you about the heat down here. Oof, wow. Wonder how full the stadium is. I'm not sure. Let me see that. I'll come back to you. I'll just say that. You know, it's funny when they talk about the weather and also home field advantage. One of the things that they talk about the weather and like, oh, Miami can't play in the cold. Well, one thing about that, what if we don't have to? I'll come back to that. All right, 1st and 10 from inside the 10-yard line. Tua hands it off to Jeff Wilson, and it's nothing. Maybe 1, maybe 2. The Dolphins, if they win today, will still be tied for first place, basically, with the Buffalo Bills. Actually, no, they'll be in first place by virtue of the tiebreaker. What happens if the Dolphins get home field advantage? Nobody's talking about that. Think about that. What if the Dolphins are higher ranked in the playoffs and people got to come down here? Have they even considered that? Something to think about. All right, 2nd and 10 running play got nothing. The running game is absolutely abhorrent right now. Tua turns around. He finds Tyreek for about, he's still running, probably for 20, 25 yards. Woo-hoo-hoo.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Now, I'll admit that that's one of those plays that they always talk about Tyreek and Tua, that he can hit you for about 5 yards and then run for 20. He does basically caught that on the 15 on a quick in, and he got all the way up to about the 30, 35, 38 yard line. So, yeah, the yard after catch on that play was huge. It was huge, absolutely. And so that's the end of the first quarter. Let's talk to everybody, get some more time. I think the problem is that we don't really get any advantage in the winter. No, but it's a leveling. Unless it's complete, I mean, you guys have to understand this. Unless it's a driving snowstorm, just absolutely horrible rain, it's not the cold that causes an issue. Cold is cold. You're an athlete. You're out there. You're getting warmed up. You can layer up. It's not the cold. It's the wind. Wind can alter your passing game much more than the cold. Now, obviously, if it's raining or sleeting or something like that, then yeah, there's a problem. But the other team is going through the same thing. Nobody is practicing for sleet. Nobody is practicing for rain. Nobody is practicing for a snowfall. Understand that. Buffalo Bills practice indoors when it's inclement weather. Down here, when it's inclement weather and there's a rainstorm, the Dolphins practice indoors. Nobody is practicing when it's inclement weather. So when Sunday comes around and it's time to play, yeah, it's cold. Somebody asked me, where am I from? I'm from Connecticut. It was friggin' cold, ice cold. But here in 2022, all the fields are heated. So doubtful, unless it's during a driving snowstorm, that you're going to have a problem with an overly slick field unless it rains or something like during the game. But for the most part, forget the cold. I don't know why they even talk about that. It doesn't make any sense. Wind can really hurt. Wind can be a problem. But the players have to make sure you're stretched. You have to make sure you're massaged. Make sure that your heat, you've got your core temperature up. Going during the halftime. Here's a trick that we used to do during halftime up in Connecticut. When you go in at halftime, number one, you get the jersey off. You get the jersey that might be sweaty, might be wet or whatever. Get that thing off as soon as possible. I've even seen some guys go in at halftime and take showers and redress. There's a couple different things you can do depending how bad the weather is. But, unless it's like 5 degrees below zero, it's not as big a factor as these guys are making it out to be. Yeah, weather down here in January? No, I remember I went to go see the Patriots play the Dolphins, and it was 55 degrees, and we were all dressed up in winter coats. It was freezing for us. Freezing. So, all right, here we go. Sorry I didn't get too many comments. I was running my mouth. All right, so Tua is 1st and 10. He's changing the play around about the 39-yard line. He does a play-action pass. He dumps it off to Alec Ingold for, I'd say about 2 yards, maybe 2 yards, maybe 1 yard. That play looked ugly from the start. Yeah. Hey, Miami Mac. Yeah, I'm on point. If we play good all season, there's no reason to play in poor temperatures. Why is the Miami the only team getting called out for that? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I sit there and look at it and go, have they not considered that we could be the number 1 seed? Long way to go, people. Long way to go. All right, Tua finds, who is that? That's Durham Smythe? No, 85, Craycraft for a first down.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
So the Bill Stadium is the stadium isn't heated. The field is heated. The irrigation is heated from underneath. A lot of people don't know that. Not the stadium itself, the field. That's so ice and stuff doesn't accumulate on it. All right, 1st and 10 from about the 49-yard line. I'm talking too much, so I'm going to do some plays here for you. Tua, empty backfield in the shotgun. Tyreek goes in motion, takes a snap, good protection, looking deep, and he overthrew Tyreek on that play. Yep, still got a little bit of rust. Overthrew that pass. All right, let's come on, guys. Let's. Doug, I think he heard you. He tried to go deep on that play, but it didn't work out. Yes, Craycraft is another weapon. He's like that Wes Welker type guy. Gotta love that stuff too. What do you guys think about Odell Beckham? Do we need to look at bringing him down here? You think that's a possibility? I don't think so. All right, Tua's in the gun. Jeff Wilson is next to him. Jalen Waddle goes in motion. He's back to pass. All kinds of protection. Throws the ball to, I think that was Tyreek. He overthrew him as well. So Tyreek's mad at himself. Jalen's mad that he dropped that ball. It was to Jalen Waddle. It was catchable. It was actually in his hands, but it was still high. I mean, these guys are such good athletes that we expect them to make those receptions, but the ball was high. So, I'm not going to blame that on Jalen Waddle. He could have came down with it, maybe should have. He got his hands on it and dropped it, but the ball was high. All right, 3rd and 10. Tua's in the gun, empty backfield. Offensive line seems to be holding up so far. He's back to pass. Line protection breaks down, and he has to toss it out of bounds. So that series did not go well. The one thing that I liked about that series that we were talking about early in the season is Tua saw there was nothing open and rifled that into the sidelines. We got to like that play just for that reason. He didn't try to do anything fancy, didn't try to put himself in danger, just rifled it off to the sideline. So 4th down, Morstead comes in, punts. Probably the loneliest guy on the Dolphins team. Doesn't have to do much to get paid, but he kicks it into the end zone. Yeah, Hannibal Rector, absolutely thankful for that. Just throw it out of bounds, live to play another down. Stephen Brown says, Odell is looking for no taxes and somewhere to spend the rest of his life. I can see him going to Cowboys or a non-tax state. Miami would be interesting. Yeah, that would be. Tua not being a superhero, throwing the ball away. Absolutely. That's a very big thing. And now that we know, I don't know if you saw my last video where we all found out he's actually a dad now. I don't know if you guys realize that. I mean, a lot of people didn't know he was married, and a lot more people didn't even know he just had a baby. So a lot of stuff went on in this kid's life in a very short period of time. I'm talking from, July when he got married to September when he got the concussion to sometime between July and November 14th having a baby. That's a lot. That's a lot that this kid crammed in. Man, yeah, absolutely ace. So we got a quarterback in the making right now. Storm Seller says it is the rust. Yeah, it looks like it. And also, I thank you for doing this. So to his stats thus far, he's 11 of 18 for 141 yards and 1 TD. Not bad. Not great. Not bad. We'll take it. Michelle, hey Michelle, nice seeing you here again. Tua is actually getting rid of the ball, which is everything everybody wanted. Don't try to be a superhero. Good point. I don't want a locker room cancer that's been sitting out trying to cherry pick a Super Bowl team. He can go to the Cowboys and exit the playoffs in the first round. I don't know much about Odell's personal character, but I do know I don't know how there's just not enough balls to throw. Tyreek, Waddle, Sherfield. Now you got to add Odell. I don't know his chemistry would work. Justin, you're absolutely right. We need to get this running game going. Not really sure what the problem is. Well, I do. They're not blocking, but hopefully they get that fixed. I think I would rather have a Tua underthrow Tyreek and move the ball instead of overthrowing it and turning it over. Absolutely. So far, what we've seen in a quarter and 2 minutes is some definite rust. Tua is getting protection. He's missing some of his throws. What'd you say here? Why would Tua throw it away if they were down now? I don't want him to get hurt. That's the answer. All right. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. He's in the gun. He's getting blitzed. Then, wow. He got back to the line of scrimmage and made 2 yards. So he was getting blitzed on that play. He tossed it to his halfback, talking about Kyle Allen, and the guy gets about 2 yards. So they're going to call it 1 yard. So it's 2nd and 9. Not bad. Not bad defensive play. Offense looks like crap. Houston's offense. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 9. Warriors looking comfortable. He's wearing out the gum in his mouth over there. But let's see. We've got a 3-man front with Ingram and Van Ginkel out there. Play action pass. It looked like he was going to get sacked. Instead, it's an interception. Here's an interception by Van Ginkel. He's down to the 10, down to the 4, the 5, 3. Wow. So what happened there was Kyle Allen doesn't like pressure, obviously. He got the pressure through a stupid pass. Alex Van Ginkel caught it at about 12 or so, ran it all the way back. I mean, not 12, but the 20, ran it all the way down to about the 3-yard line. So the Dolphins are in scoring position, 1st and goal from about the 3. What an ugly pass. What a stupid pass. He caught it on the 26-yard line. X-Man, a couple guys were out there blocking for him. He almost got in. This is going to be down to about the 2. Come on, let's go. Push this in. Don't mess around. This is when the offensive line has to make their money. Alec Ingold is in there. This is come on. Tua is under center, but he's changing the play. He's got Alec Ingold behind him with Jeff Wilson, and they hand it off, and looks like he's going to get in. Touchdown.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
So on that play, the offensive line did block, and there's a comment here I gotta post. AVG is underrated. Won't be long before he gets a massive contract extension, a deserved contract extension. So that was an easy drive from the 3 or 2 yard line. Stupid pass by this guy. No wonder he's been completely unknown for some. That was just a dumb play. Offensive line pushed well. Alec Ingold, everybody got their push. Jeff Wilson takes it in for the end zone. Absolutely. 17-0. And it's, you guys probably agree, it's 17-0. It doesn't even seem like the Dolphins have gotten going yet. Man, this could be crazy. John, you're absolutely right. If the defense starts complimenting the opposite team, is unstoppable. Yep. Absolutely. Dolphins war song coming soon. You'll get the exclusive. Bring it. You bring the songs. I'll play them. I love new music on here. Absolutely. And hello, Kenneth Parker. Kenneth has been a Dolphins fan since 1969, which is probably longer than a lot of you guys have even been alive. Sergeant Sirius says, Sherfield, Waddle, Hill, Craycraft, Gesicki, Smythe. Can you say holy? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Generic profile. This game is too easy. Should Miami experiment with some new plays or just work on run game? Great question. So you're coming off of a bye week. You've got a number of games coming up that are going to be really important. No, you don't want to experiment right now. In fact, if they get up even further, you may see Mike McDaniel shut it down. Reason being, there are some eyes in this stadium right now. There are some eyes watching this game right now who are looking at every single thing the Miami Dolphins are going to be doing. Scouting at the NFL level, they're going to know what you ate for breakfast when you came out the tunnel. I don't want to give San Francisco, I don't want to give the Chargers, I don't want to give anybody more information than they need to see when they're watching these game films. So right now, to your question, do you want to experiment on some new plays? No, I don't. I'll wait till tomorrow and Tuesday and put some different plays in, but I'm not going to experiment now because I don't want San Francisco to know about it. No. Like Hank says, run fake keys to put on tape. Yeah, don't let them see what you want to do. Don't give them. If you're up by 17 and if you get up by 24 or 31, no, you do not want to show anybody what's been going on and what you've got planned. I can only watch. Hey, Mike, I can only watch on game day. You have to see the Jets' attempted field goal. No trying plays other than plays you don't want to use against San Francisco. Yep, absolutely. Don't show them anything. It's going to be bad enough that he's got to go up against Shanahan, where he came from. They know each other, so they're going to be in each other's heads the whole week. So don't want to show them dick. All right, so it's 1st and 10. Wonder if they're going to change quarterbacks soon because they're not doing anything. You're absolutely right, Polo. If we get a chance, we need to rest some of these players. Absolutely. All right. That's the first interception by the Dolphins since week 1. Wow, week 7, I'm sorry. All right, so at the 1st and 10 from the 25. Hands off to the left side of the field, maybe. No, I'm not going to say. I'm going to say he might have lost one. That's how bad that was. That was just ugly. They tried to hand it off. So they're showing injuries. And, Emmanuel Ogbah out for the season. Nick Needham out for the season. Brandon Jones out for the season. Trey Flores on injured reserve. Byron Jones on the PUP list. So we've got some injuries, and we're still performing at this level. 2nd 11, as I called it, he did lose a yard on that play. Let's see where they go now. He's in the gun. Got the snap. No pressure. Throws it out to his flat. Nothing. Drops the ball. So it's 3rd and 11. You can almost see, and you hate to say this to professional players, but you can almost see Houston has already waved the white flag. There is literally no emotion on this team. It might get ugly here pretty soon, but there's no fire. I don't see any fire in Houston at all. I mean, that ball was catchable. Whatever. He didn't even try for it. 3rd and 11. He's in the gun. Let's see. It looks like we're coming with some heat again. Yep, they're coming. He's inside. He's about to get sacked. He's being chased out of the pocket. He's looking for someplace to go with it, and he goes down at the 30. He's going to be fourth down at about 6 yards. Nothing. You know how it's bad? Let me tell you how you know it's bad. When a quarterback scrambles, and I'm looking at this, I'm going to confirm it right now. The quarterback goes down, takes a good hit. He's on the ground, and none of the offensive linemen, none of the other players come over to help him up. That's when you know a team has basically waved the white flag. Not a single one of his teammates came over to him and helped him up. These guys are done. Done. I mean, right now, go for the jugular. Punt goes out of bounds. It's not returnable. So we're going to have 1st and 10 from about the 25-yard line. But these guys are done. There's not, I mean, you just look at them on the sidelines. Other than the first time when I saw that linebacker kicking stuff around, but right now, they got nothing. Today is a good Dolphins practice day before things get serious. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Dark Dino, my friend? Fullback dive, next play for us. Thank you, 100. You know, and the thing with that is being a former offensive lineman and seeing it, and anyone else who has played, quarterback gets hit. He's trying to gain some yardage for your team, and he gets hit and tries to scramble, and there's nobody. Not a halfback, nobody from the offensive line, none of the wide receivers, nobody just over there going, hey, man, good try, and we help you out. Nobody there. Completely by himself. And then he walks over to the sidelines, and nobody's talking. It's just, they're done. They're already done. Dante Crane. I'm talking about emotionally, unless something happens to spark them. Maybe they get an interception or pick six. Maybe they go ahead and throw a bomb for a touchdown. Unless something changes, unless there's some sort of spark that changes this team, yeah, they are done. And you have to understand, if you're looking at TV, don't look at the field, look at the sidelines. You see guys sitting down, just chilling. You don't see anybody pumped up. That's a really bad sign for a team. Really bad sign. And I'm telling you, nobody going over there to help the quarterback after he tried to scramble. You won't see that on a good team. I guarantee you, if Tua scrambled, there'd be like 5 or 6 guys there to help him up. Hey, Jim says, I was just wondering if you thought the defense can be a second half of season like last year and why that could be. Well, a lot of it is the scheming. I don't know what Boyer's got planned, but he's coming up against a couple decent quarterbacks, and he better scheme some stuff up. I don't want to say certain people play to the level of their opponent, but they're going to have to step their game up. I guess the better answer would be they have the capabilities, obviously. They have the capabilities to work against Jimmy G and Justin Herbert. But they better up their game and understand there are no plays off. With guys like Jimmy G in that offense and with Justin Herbert and his social media arm, don't take a play off. All right, 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Tua is in a shotgun. He calls Tyreek in motion. Little play action, plenty of time to throw. He's going deep, really deep. He's got him. Oh. He was looking for Sherfield, just overthrew him. So, you know, he's just not hitting it today. Sherfield was open. The ball, if it got there, I mean, and by the way, it was a strong throw. So it wasn't like it was drifting. It was a strong throw. He just overthrew him. Wow, Steven has something here. He says, as of right now, Van Ginkel has more yards than the Texans. Wow. That's how bad it is. All right, Tua is in shotgun. Let's see what happens here. Snap, a little bit high. He throws it over the middle to, I think that's Smythe. No, that's the Craycraft for about a 12-yard gain.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
So Jimmy G sucks. Pressure him, he'll cave, same as Herbert. Yeah, but we got to get the pressure. That's the problem. We got to get the pressure. So let's see what happens here. 10:48 left in the second. That's going to be a first down. They're still in the huddle. How much time left? So they're breaking the huddle with 10 seconds. So Tua's got to call this play pretty quick. 3-2. He takes the snap. Good fade back. He's going real deep on this one. Oh, and he hits, who's that? Waddle. Waddle catches it for about a 22-yard gain.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
So Tua is well on his way to another 300-yard gain. Jalen Waddle goes up and does a quick curl or in route, depending on how you want to call it, wide open. So if Tua gets the ball to these guys, number one, he has the time. And number two, they're wide to frig open. which is what Mina Kimes is going to say. He's throwing to wide open receivers. That's because he's throwing them open. All right, under center. Play action. He's looking deep again. This time it's pulled down for about a 30-yard gain by Jalen Waddle. First down on the 20-yard line, and that ball wasn't underthrown, people. That was dead on the money. Jalen went up and got it.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
I mean, he just blew past his secondary. Blew past him. Great, actually, really good throw and a good catch. Jalen Waddle went up and fought for it with the DB behind him and made a great catch. Unbelievable. So Tua right now, if he was on, would probably already have 300 yards. But here we go. Man, unbelievable. We're going to have to call a timeout here because we couldn't get the play in. Yeah, had to call time. All right, we'll go ahead and get some comments. No, the waddle only comes when he scores. You don't waddle just for catching a pass. You waddle on the score. All right, here's the other problem I keep having. Time management. We had to blow a timeout. First down, big play. Momentum had to stop. He blew a timeout. They can't do that. You cannot do that. You got to have a play ready. You got to get to the line, and you shouldn't burn 30 seconds in the huddle. Right now, Mike and Tua are sitting here talking on the sidelines. I don't know what the problem has been with them getting the plays in, but you can't keep doing this. And you're going to see it if you run into this shit against San Francisco, even possibly San Diego. San Diego? No, it's Los Angeles Chargers now. I still call it San Diego. You can't do that. You can't do that, man. You guys can look at it and say it's no big deal. It's a huge deal. You had momentum going. Now, you had to burn a timeout. Imagine if the game was closer. It may not mean that big of a deal against this team, but still. All right, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Play action. Tua is in trouble. He throws it, and Tyreek, I believe that's Tyreek who caught it. Tyreek caught it. I think it's going to be about 9 yards. That was a desperation throw that Tyreek dug out of the dirt for a completion. Tua did a bootleg to the right of himself, and there was a guy standing in his face, and before he got sacked, he got rid of the ball, tossed it, and Tyreek caught it. So it may be first down. I can't see. 2nd and 1. All right, 2nd and 1 from about the 11, maybe right on the 10. Tua is under center. Gesicki goes in motion, handoff to, I believe that's Jeff Wilson. Yes, it's Jeff Wilson for about 4 or 5. They get the first down.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Hey, Dark Dino, he just did a run that time. Tail plays. Reek and Waddle are inseparable, and they can't be covered. If things are going right, they cannot be covered. If you give Tua time, it's almost impossible. So it's 1st and goal. This is the type of game we all look forward to all season long. All right, Tua is under center with Al Ingold and Wilson behind him. Trent Sherfield comes in tight. He hands it off. He gets through for about 4 or 5 yards down to about the, I'd say, 4-yard line. Not as much you'd like to see against a team that gives up 178 yards per run, but hey, we'll take it. 2nd and goal, 6:55 left in the second. Probably Dolphins get the ball back again before the end of the half. Now let's see what happens here. All right. The commenter got shut up on live. All right, he's in the shotgun. He's looking for someone. He's got, nope. He missed that shot to Tyreek. Tyreek did a quick out pattern. Bad throw. 3rd and goal. Betsy's Butler, you're absolutely right. The power that Wilson runs with will come in late. I mentioned in a past broadcast, when you watch him run, this guy always falls forward. When he gets tackled, he always falls forward. All the good backs fall forward. They don't get pushed back. They fall forward. Gotta love that in a guy. All right, so here we go. 3rd and goal. Tua's back to pass. And Whoa, almost picked off. Really bad throw. He's looking for Gesicki, and that was close to being picked. So we take the field goal and go up 20 to nothing. Take the points. Take the points, my friend. Let's see what Mike McDaniel's about to do. Yep, he's going to take the points. I guess we can't, I guess we can't consider it taking the points with Jason Sanders, but as close to it as possible. He's going to try a field goal here. 23-yard attempt, which amounts to an extra point at this point on the field. And let's see what happens. Snap is good. Kick is up. And we got 20 to nothing. Great. All right, so this is something that Kevin Drigger says. I see a lot about time management. I think the TO wasn't at the perfect time. Up by 17, office running everywhere. Why not give them a TO to catch their breath? I don't have a problem if your team is in disarray on a certain play. The problem is, why is the team in disarray? Did you not get the play in? Did you not have the right personnel in? Did you call a play that Tua saw that wasn't going to work? That's the problem. Why did it take you so long to get the play in? Of course, if the players aren't in the right place or you don't have the right personnel in, definitely take a timeout. But you have to find out why. Mike White has 2 TDs for the Jets. Did Zach Wilson play his last game? Not sure. Yeah, Michael, you're absolutely right. Tua is a little off today. Just a little. Absolutely. Randy Higgins says that Jason Sanders, very weird, playing the worst team against the run. Why not pound it? Maybe second half from Pablo. I don't know. The offensive line isn't asserting themselves. It's possible that Houston's have said, hey, listen, we're going to sell out against the run and instead of the pass. Wait, where's this? All right. Updated stats. Tua is 15 of 25 for 208 and one TD and no interceptions. Okay. Where was that? I wanted to see that. This CBS NFL commentator is crazy dumb, and they gave us the 4th string. I mean, they didn't give us the top level commentators, so we're stuck with this guy. But yeah, exactly. They don't give the Dolphins any sort of play. Pablo, we were playing the worst team. Yeah, we just covered that one. The Dolphins offense is definitely feeling the rust from the bye week. Yeah, absolutely. I would have thought they would have came in a lot more fine-tuned, but I guess when you're not practicing, you understand, not all these guys were practicing during that last 14 days since they played. So that's another thing. Jesse, you're absolutely right. I don't think any of us are upset. You can't be upset with a 20-0 lead in the first half. Just that we expect more and we know it's coming up. I think we all know it's coming up. To be honest, the only thing I don't like is that Mike G is not getting the ball this season. That's true. That's really true. All right, we're about to kick off. 6:22 left in the half. And this ball is in the end zone and out. And he does not running back. I think his coach got in his butt and told him, don't do anything stupid like that again. That was really stupid. All right, so, I think he did get Sanders' confidence back with 2. It's going to be very tough at our away games. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. I want, Michael Mayer. But he's going to be long gone before the Dolphins have a chance at him. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25. Kyle Allen is in shotgun. Puts his tight end in motion. Here's a snap. Good pressure. We got another pick off. Did he pick it off? Who is it? Kiter Kohu was this close from picking it off. Looks like they were fighting for possession of the ball. But on that play, his receiver caught it, but I think he caught it for like a 3-yard loss. So I think it's going to be 2nd and 13. Ugly pass. 2nd and 14, actually. So that's how bad that pass was. All right, so he's under center, does a play action, getting good pressure. Oh, fumble. Who's got it? All right, so Bradley Chubb, I believe that was, or was it? Yes, it was. He's strutting on the field right now. Bradley Chubb came around. I think he beat Tunstall, and he boom knocked the ball out of his hand. So now it's going to be 3rd, and I'd say about 20. Let's see. Yeah, it was Bradley Chubb, and he snatched that ball right out of his hands, But their offensive line recovered. So it's 3rd and 19. Let's see what happens here. Just no penalties. Don't do anything stupid. Oh, there's a short pass to their tight end. And he fumbled. X-Man picks it up and runs it in. I don't think that's going to count. I really don't think that's going to count. Look, maybe. I'm getting some sort of errors on my. Okay. Guys, I'm going to have to restart something here. I'm getting an error. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Am I still live? I'm just getting some errors here. Yeah, that ball's out. That's going to be a touchdown. So 27-0. Man, wow. So Tony, you want to get Skyler in right now? You want to bring him in right now? Yes. So you guys want Tua out the game already? Yeah, you're right. It definitely counted. I saw the replay. Well, I had some technical difficulties in here. So yeah, it definitely counted. 27-0 in the first half. Wow, we waited for this game. So Tom, hey, what's up, Tom? I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I always said if I won Powerball, what I would do is I'd buy the Dolphins, even pay like more than they want, and then just so I could run out the tunnel for 1 or 2 plays. Probably get my, as Jimbo says, probably get my dick knocked in the dirt, but it would be fun just for 1 or 2 plays. Let's see here. Touchdown. Not now. Yeah. I gotta leave to it. The fact that he's been so rusty tells me I need to leave him in. I need to leave him in to see if he can get some of that dust knocked off. At the same time, you don't want to embarrass the team. It is second half. No, I don't want Bryce Young. No, don't want Bryce Young. Nope. You think Tua is frail? People call him frail. You see how small Bryce Young is? I think it's going to be a wasted pick on somebody. All right, so it's 4:59 left in the first half, 27-0. This team, as I said, is done. Here's a kick. This one's going to go into the end zone once again. Now he's running it out again. This guy's a nut job. He's going to get smushed back at about the 10. He gets about to the 14-yard, 12-yard line, I'll give him. I don't know what the hell he's thinking. Maybe it's desperation. Maybe it's like, hey, listen, we need to run this ball because nobody else is doing anything. So, I don't know who it was in the comments, but when I had said that this team was done, I wasn't being premature. I was talking about how they looked. Now at 27-0, man, they are absolutely done. Now, things could change. They could get a spark, maybe. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line, starting deep in your hole again with 4:50 left in the second. He hands it off, tries to run it up the middle, and actually off the left. Yeah, maybe he got 2 or 3 yards. This team is playing to get in the locker room. Right now, this team is playing to get into the locker room. It's 2nd and 6. You're going to see they're not going to spend any timeouts. They ran the ball down 27-0. They're probably going to run the ball again here or do some play action. They don't look like a team that wants to deal with this. Let's see what happens. He's in the gun, so they may be throwing, but who knows how the offensive line is going to be blocking for him. Here it comes. Snap is up. They throw it. Oh, this time he almost bobbled. He did bobble the ball, but he held on to it for a first down. Nice catch. Tony V says, I respect that. Where'd you go? I may have to restart my comments. It seems like they're not working There it is. I respect that logic. I'd give Skyler some time. Yeah, maybe. Not yet, though. All right, 1st and 10 from the 30. Play action. He's looking deep, and he gets sacked by three different Dolphins. Christian Wilkins is back there. Man, his team looks rough. Absolutely rough. Let the big Uno pad some stats. Okay. They have to play another half. At this point, their honor is on time line as a pro team. Yeah, it's looking really bad. Now it's 2nd and 18. Man. 2nd and 18. He's in the gun. Let's see. Pressure again. He throws it underneath to his halfback for about a, 4 or 5 yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 13. 2:43 left in the half. Let's see if they even try to take a timeout and do something. That'll be really telling right there. Good point. They look rough, or do we look great? No, we haven't looked great. We haven't played completely well. These guys stink. This is probably one of the worst NFL teams we've seen in a while. I don't know who they won against, but geez. All right, 3rd and 13. Pressure. He throws it low. Boom, and that's going to be 4th down. Is Mike going to call a timeout here, or is he going to let the clock? Oh, no, it's going to be 2-minute warning. All right, so 2-minute warning. We're going to get the ball back with 2 minutes. I'd say about 1:45 after the punt here. Let's see what Mike does. Is he gonna just be aggressive with things, or are we gonna lay back? I hope not. Yeah, on D we have looked good. Wouldn't it be amazing for these guys to pitch a shutout? What would that do for their egos if they can pitch a shutout today? Justin Johnson, yeah, I understand. Should let Tua take some deep shots. Yeah. Can Houston just forfeit the second half? They may get out there and just start waving the white flag. Who knows? This is bad, really bad. Gonna have to keep up with this in the second half because this probably could get ugly. Don't play Dick Satan. Keep Tua in and get him injured by stupidity. No, we don't want him to. We don't want him to get injured. Absolutely. Pablo says I almost feel bad for them. I mean, I'm not calling somebody out in the comments, but when the guy said, don't say they're done. No, I knew what to look for. These guys are done. There's nothing left. So at this point, maybe you bring in your second string and try to do something. Hey, Lynn, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. 34. If it's 34-0 at halftime, I doubt we see the starters. If it gets to 34-0. We need to know if Tua can shake off the rust. We know he can. It's just a matter. This may not be the time for it. Yeah, you're right, Paul. They suck so bad it takes the fun out of beating them. So between my stream screwing up and everything else, this is getting real ugly. Now you know what announcers feel like when a game's just completely out of hand. That's when we start talking about stuff like recipes. Remember that? I say play every game like you're down a score. Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want to put these guys. The other thing you have to understand is with this team, Houston, having nothing to lose, nothing. I don't want someone getting pissed off and taking a shot at Tua or even Tyreek or somebody coming across the middle and just taking a shot at one of the wide receivers or God forbid Tua. I don't want to see that. All right, let's go back to the game here. Ooh. The Texans have 16 yards on 6 possessions. Ouch. Ouch. Wow. All right, so here we go, 4th and 6. Hey, Jay, thank you very, very much. I'm going to get somebody some T-shirts this week. Thank you very, very much. And fair catch. We're going to get the ball at about the 12-yard line. About the 12-yard line. So let's see what we have. I had asked early, how did they get their one win? They beat the Jags 13-9. Ouch. Ouch. Jags must really suck. Wow. Yeah, this is a good game to get after the bye for sure. Good tune-up game. Get some hitting back into you. Get some feel. You know, it's just nice to be on the field again. All right, so Tyreek has 5 receptions for 69 yards. Waddle has 4 for 80. 1st and 10 from the 12. Tyreek's in motion. Tua is under center. And he's back to pass. Oops, he's going to get... he gets out of a sack. Gets out of another sack. Get rid of it. The dude has learned. The dude has learned. If you saw that play, Tua almost got sacked twice. Once he got away from the second guy, what did he do with the ball? First row in the stands. Just get rid of it. It's over. Don't try to make a play. This isn't Alabama. Go to 2nd and 10. Thank God he has learned that. Whew. Whew, whew, whew. Love that. Yeah, Polo. Great play by Tua. Just throw it away, man. Just throw it away. All right, 2nd and 10. You're on the field for the next play. That's the thing we want. He's in the shotgun, empty backfield. He gets it. Plenty of time. And he hits, who is that? That's Craycraft probably for about 20, 25 yards. And another, where's my board? That was the wrong one. Meant to say this.
Another Miami Dolphins.
All right, Tua's back to pass. He hits Tyreek out in the flat for about 5 or 6 yards. Actually, no, that wasn't Tyreek. Who the hell is that? Myles Gaskin gets on the field. Myles Gaskin gets it. I love that. How many different players have touched the ball for Miami? Whew. Wow, Gaskin gets a pass. You're right, Mike. It is amazing how fast that Tua actually learned that. It took Tannehill 5 years. All right, so it's 2nd and 6, and it's a timeout. So let's take something. Yeah, Austin Jackson isn't playing as well as he should be playing. Again, this is probably his first full game back as well. Take a deep shot, Tua. I don't think you want to rub these guys' nose in it. Next play, dime. Okay, we'll see what happens. I don't. Have you ever had? Wait a minute. Have I ever had? I don't even want to put that on the screen because and I go, I don't know if that's a real word or you're trying to get me to put up something nasty. Craycraft doing business. Bye Cedric Wilson. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Waddle's in motion. Tua's back to throw. Plenty of time. Who's he got? He's got that. Oh, he's got nobody. He had Tyreek. Tyreek got it. Took a hit and dropped the ball. That's what I'm saying. I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about guys getting hit in a situation where we don't need them to get hit. I mean, he was open. Tua got him the ball. Had it. Ooh, he got hit hard, man. Real hard. Yeah, don't want to see that. Especially with the arms up like that. Ugh, don't want to see that. That's a stingy hit. Okay, here we go. 3rd and 6, 2, 1. You're going to have to burn a timeout here. Oh, you got it off. Nope, didn't get it off. Didn't get it off. Once again, now it's going to be from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 11. You can't do these things. This is the same lingering shit we've seen since week 1. You don't get to play in. You don't get to call timeout. You're 1:01 left in the half, and you get burned for another penalty for delay a game. Nope, not good, not good. So are we going to say that Mike McDaniel is rusty too? Because that's crappy. 3rd and 11. That kind of stuff just bothers me. There's a snap. Tua's got plenty of time. He finds Jeff Wilson out for about a 15-yard gain.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
All right, so it's 54 seconds left in the first half. Dolphins look like they're still moving, at least getting field goal range, possibly. You're right, John. That's on McDaniel. You got to find a way to get these plays in sooner. You have to. You just can't keep doing this shit. Can't do it. Yeah, I think we're not going to see these guys in the second half. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Tua's got throws it deep. This time he's got Tyreek for about, is that Tyreek or Waddle? No, that's Cedric Wilson, but still about 12 or 14 yards.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
All right, we're on the 35-yard line. He's back to pass. He hits, nice play. Who caught that? That's Craycraft again.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
But now we're down to 26 seconds with 1 timeout left. Wow. 1st and 10, team's moving, and you can't go too much further because you blew a timeout earlier. Bad clock management. Sucks. Yeah, Elliot, I guess we can take that as the big thing, is that right now, Jason Sanders is having a really, really good day. Lynn, you're absolutely right. Going very well with my team, looking fantastic. Been waiting for this for 16 years. I keep hearing that from so many people. 16, 20, 25. Been a long, long time. Long time. All right, so let's see here. On this drive alone, Tua is 5 for 7 for 70 yards. It's 1st and 10, 26 seconds left. You got 1 timeout, and actually, no, you don't have any more timeouts. You're done with your timeouts. So he's got to throw outs here. You don't have time to throw something over the middle. So if you're going to take a shot, take it to the end zone. And he got sacked. Wait a minute, we got a penalty. Who's a penalty? Probably going to be us at holding. Looked like the entire offensive line forgot to block. Don't know what the hell just happened there. That was atrocious. What are we going to get? We're getting a face mask? Is that what they're saying? Personal foul, face mask. So this is going to be interesting. So it's 20 seconds left. The ball, it's going to be 1st down. Doesn't matter what the down is at this point. This guy did. Oh yeah, they took a big old handful of face mask on that play. That's what I'm saying. Get him out of there. He will not be playing in the second half. Don't do this shit. All right, so very interesting. 20 seconds left. No timeouts. You're on the 12-yard line. Offensive line didn't even block on that play. You got maybe 1, maybe 2 shots to the end zone to try and score here. Maybe 2 shots. Okay, first time in the shotgun, he's looking. He's got overthrew it. Okay, so now you at 17 seconds. You do have another play. You do have another play here. 2nd and 10. That ball went incomplete. He wasn't really open. Tua tried to force that one in. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 10. You may have 2 plays here. If you get a quick release and somebody's open, you may get to a second shot at the end zone. Anything short of the end zone is suicide, and the clock runs out. You don't get to score. This is good practice. This is where you want to practice doing something with no time left, and he got sacked. Shit. That's going to be it. He's going to try and, I don't know if he's going to get to the line to try and stop the clock. Not going to happen. 2, 1. Ooh. He stopped it. I'm not sure if Tua got his bell rung on that play. He keeps grabbing his helmet, but he's done. That's it. He's going to be done. I mean, he got sacked, and his back. It was pretty nasty how his back got bent. Not so much his head. Really, really bad way his back. Hope he's okay. They're all hugging him. See, that's what Houston didn't do. But their guys coming over to the sideline and hugging Tua, letting him know it's okay. The field goal is good, 30-0 game. It's over. You won't see Tua in the second half. Guarantee you. Done. 30-0. I hope he's okay. He's walking kind of weird. But that's it. Get him out. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Everybody's saying the same thing. At this point, get him out. No way. Yep, Tua being aware of the clock seemed like it. Patrick Keona says he almost broke his ankles. What a weird back. John saying take him to frig out. Absolutely. No way, TC. No way he comes out and plays another drive. Not gonna happen. Nope, not gonna happen. Not unless you guys tell me what his passing stats are, and I'll tell you if he comes out for another drive. Dark Dino, you're absolutely right. Do not put him in that situation of, remember how he got hurt at Alabama. Remember, it was a blowout. They were winning. There was no reason for him to be in the game. And then he broke his hip. Get him out. So here the consensus is get him out. Absolutely. Everybody's saying, yep. This is exactly what I said earlier. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. This makes Mahomes so happy not seeing Tua go for 5 TDs and 400 yards, which he may if he played the second half. It's not about stats, dude. Stop with the stats. We're going to take a huge win. We're going to go to 8-3. We're going to be back in first place. I don't care about the stats. Why do you care about the stats? Let's win the game. Get out of this thing safe with no injuries. And then sit all the guys. You don't need the stats. I mean, look at this. I mean, if he comes back in, it says Tua is 20 of 34 for 278 and 1 TD. We're going to bring him back in for 1 22-yard pass to try and break 300 again? I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, number one, the ethics of it, of beating a team 30-0 and then bringing in your starters again to start. I don't know. We'll see what Mike McDaniel says, but after seeing that end, man. No, I understand it's nice to have 5 TDs and stuff, but the Dolphins haven't been to the playoffs and haven't won a playoff game in so long. The goal at this point isn't getting 5 TDs. The goal isn't necessarily winning the MVP. The goal is making the playoffs and making a run for it. You can't do that if he gets hurt. Let's see here. Yeah, Tua can sit out and let Skylar in second shift take over. Absolutely. That's how I feel. Richard, yeah. Let's see. Where is that? I'm looking for that quote here. Yep, Mark Craven, you're absolutely right. It's about winning, nothing else, and health, of course. I completely agree with you on that. John Spear, we just said that. Somebody just posted that. Tua is like 21 of 34 for 278 and 1 TD. No interceptions, up 30-0. Why waste? Why even put? I mean, here it is again. In case you want to know, Mr. Spears, 20 of 34, 278. That's way better than Zach Wilson. Absolutely, Zach's not even playing today. Again, you're right. Armstead needed. We lose him, and O-line fails Tua. Absolutely. Goal is to win. No, Bobby Mosley. Although Bridgewater is listed second on the depth chart, he will not be in. Let me show you why it will be Skylar. Earlier, we had talked about who was inactive in this game. And inactive in this game, Teddy Bridgewater is inactive. Eric Ezekama still in a witness protection program. Noah is inactive. Raheem Mostert, because of his knee, is inactive, and Hunter Long is inactive. So we will not be seeing Teddy today. Teddy is inactive, so it's going to be Skylar coming out for the second half. Sabrina says absolutely keep him out. Yep, and you were right, SoFlo, that this could have been a trap game. So we really need to watch out for that. This was the team with nothing to lose and a guaranteed number 1 pick. Let's get our starters out ASAP. 2 more scores. You want them in for 2 more scores? No. Yeah, the inconsistent offensive line almost cost Tua a devastating season-ending injury. Absolutely. Super Bowl run over stats any day. I think every single player in that locker room right now says take the win and go home. Get some Dartino says, get some reps for our second units until the Texans give us a reason to do different. Great first half. The Texans aren't. They're done. I'm telling you right now, I don't make any predictions. I'm looking at reality. They're done. Absolutely. Yeah, Gary, you're absolutely right. Never seen somebody get their back bent over the way that just happened. Yeah, Bridgewater is not playing today. Dark Dino, I know you prefer Teddy over Skyler. Always fun to have an old guy at QB2, but he's not even active. They didn't even make him active yet. In case you guys missed it, you might be looking at TV or something, but let me put that up again. Here are the inactive players for today's game. And for today's game, Bridgewater isn't active. That means he's not even on the bench. Eric Ezekama, Noah, Raheem Mostert, and Hunter Long. So they're not even available to come in, so not going to happen. Now, this would be nice. I'd love to see Skyler come in and drop some dimes. But who's he going to drop them to? You're going to keep playing Tyreek and Waddle? Or you rest them as well? That's interesting. I mean, you let Cedric Wilson and some of the other guys, Craycraft, move into the first two positions so they get more, so yeah, Saban put Tua into the game when he didn't need to, and that's how he broke his hip. I don't want to see a replay of that. I don't want to jinx it, but it's kind of scary. Marino just called. He's going to suit up and play the second half. So they're showing it the game here between who is this, Tampa Bay and the Browns, and the Browns are beating Tampa Bay, or is it 10-10? No, it's 7-0 Browns. Brady just threw a touchdown, so it's 7-7. 10-10, whatever. So Armstead is a key for Tua's success. Yeah, staying healthy. Skyler getting experience is key for winning backup quarterback. I believe that. Don't forget, guys, after this game, whenever it ends, it looks like we're going pretty good. It's 2:30 here in the second at halftime. I'm going to do a quick wrap, not a long one, probably 10 or 15 minutes, just going over final scores and stats and things of that nature, just to wrap things up at the end once everything is done. So if you want to join me for that, please do so. Yes, Stephen Trotter, I call him being in the witness protection program. I do not know why Eric Ezekama is just gone. I thought coming out of college that this kid was going to be a star. I thought he was going to be a really, really good weapon for the Miami Dolphins. And neither he or Tyndall ever see the field. And Tyndall's active, and I don't see him out there on the field. Not understand. So I'm going to embarrass myself. Sai Sua says, let Tua play. Skyler can't read the progression. He's got to learn. Might as well put him in there and learn. You got a 30-point lead. Let him learn. This would be the time to do it. This is when you want people out there. When you want people who haven't played to get some game experience in there. Yeah. Okay. What do we got here? Keep to her. Good. Wait a minute. Read this. Good stay. Skyler Thompson had the highest QB rating of all QBs during preseason. Hopefully he's better than his starts. It was preseason now. Preseason. It's not about resting, but working on timing. I would leave Tyreek and Waddle for a couple of series, then yank them if they score a couple of times. Wilson and Mike G should be out. Gesicki, I don't know. He needs to hone up on his blocking. We know he can catch. We know that. There's no doubt about that. But one of the reasons why he's been sitting is because he hasn't been able to block. The guys here on the panel at CBS are looking at Tua's stats, and he's 20 of 34, but that's still 70%. A little less than 70%. So I just don't. I don't think there's any value. You can't convince me that there's any value in putting Tua back in this game. I just don't see it. Win over the Niners means Miami is 93 after today's win. That's a 95% playoff probability. Yeah, I think we're sitting good. And Littera says that Tyndall will come in the fourth quarter. But the question is why? Why is this guy not playing? Does he not know the defensive scheme? I mean, he can run like a gazelle. He hits. I just don't understand why he's not getting more reps. Doesn't make any sense. Junya says if the Skyler plays, the Texans will come back. No, he won't. You know why? Because what they'll do is run. I think what you'll see Mike McDaniel come in. If he shuts it down, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out in the second half. But if he shuts it down, he's going to have to make this offensive line work and push to get some rushing yards right now, because just run it out, get off the field. Just get off the field. Let's see. Of course, Miami Mac, the Dolphins will always be trashed. At this point, what are we? 7-3 with a bye. We're 11 weeks into the season. This is the 12th week, and they're still talking crap about the Dolphins. That tells me they don't care. They at this point, they pushed their chips all in, and they're not going to stop. And I don't think it matters anymore. I think there's enough people at this point who know that this media, they're all in on basically trashing Stephen Ross, anything having to do with Miami, the Dolphins. I don't see it changing whatsoever. Besides the fact, talking about Tua sells clicks. No mention of Tua's overthrows. Yeah, he had a couple overthrows. He definitely had a couple overthrows. I don't know if you're asking me if I mentioned him. I surely mentioned him earlier. Said he was rusty as hell. Wes Strong says Texans have given up already as well. I think they gave up in the first quarter. I don't even know if they have anyone to give up. I mean, that's a hard sell, hard coaching. You're down 30-0. You're 1-8, about to be 1-9, and you're asking guys to go out there who are making millions of dollars to put their livelihood on the line for no reason. That's when it gets real scary. So at this point, if I'm Lovie Smith, I put the guys out there that want to play. I go in the locker room. I go, listen, I see your guys' heads down. I see you looking into the stands. I see you don't care. Raise your hand if you want to play. Raise your hand if you want to be a player on this team. I don't want you out there if you've checked out. I don't want you out there if you're trying to say where you're going to be next year. I want 22 guys who are ready to keep playing this game. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your team's time. Don't waste your time. You don't want to be out there? Let me know now, and we'll just bring in somebody else. When you put something like that in a grown-ass man's face and say, I don't want a quitter. I don't want someone who's checked out. Don't want it. So that's my coaching pep talk for the day. A rusty Tua has a 68% completion in the first half. Yep. Yeah, a rusty Tua. Dante, you're absolutely right. Wilson Jr. should eat in the second half if you want to risk him. Remember, Raheem Mostert's inactive. Jeff Wilson is your number one. Maybe just have Salvin Ahmed, and Myles Gaskin run it out for the rest of the game. We're going to see. Are we going to the Super Bowl? Can't tell you. I don't think anybody has a crystal ball right now that can say that. So let's see what happens. Joseph B., his prediction is, I think Mike will make him play the third, take him out in the fourth. All right, we're about to get the kickoff, and let's see what the heck the Dolphins do here. As you guys know, Dolphins received the ball in the right now in the second half. So let's see who runs out the field to the huddle. Jeff Wilson, I see him running out there. I see Sherfield running out there. And I see number one running out there. So he's going to, maybe he wants him to get 300 yards. I don't know. Maybe one series and out. I don't know. Just pray he's not making the wrong decision. Because if he makes the wrong decision and something happens here, the press, media, every fans are going to eat him alive. All right, 1st and 10 from the 25. Let's see what happens. I'm going to need a drink here. Tua's under center. Hands it off to Jeff Wilson for about 8 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 and 2, 2nd and 3 maybe. What are they doing? Jeff Wilson can't stand up? Is it he got cramps or something? He's on the ground. Tyreek had to pull him off like that was weird. That was very weird. See? First play of the second half. Your guy gets, it looks like it's a calf cramp. So sit him down. Don't need it. All right, Tua is under center. 2nd and 3. Sure. Wilson goes in motion. A pitch to Myles Gaskin on the outside. And he's going to get stopped short of the first down, short of the scrimmage line. So that's going to be a loss. So now it's going to be about 3rd and 5. If they don't make the first down here, it's going to be a punt. I think Tua is done. Let's see what happens. Oh boy. Jeff Wilson is on his way in the tunnel back to the locker room. See what I'm saying? I think Mike sees that and goes, hey man, we got to shut this down. All right, here we go. Tua is in the shotgun. I hope it wasn't his ankle. I hope it was just a calf cramp. Here's a snap. Tua's, he found, who is that? Is that Tyreek? He found Tyreek for about a 16 or 17 yard pass. That's going to be
another Miami Dolphins.
Not sure if that was enough for the 300 yard. Let's see what they give him on that play. Great throw. Finds Tyreek wide open. Tyreek takes it, dives. So I'm not sure what they give him for that pass. He's at 294, they're saying. So one more pass here. Get to 300. Make it 4 in a row. 5 in a row. Here's a snap. Inside. Oh, play action. He's going. And he threw an interception. Cut it. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. That didn't need to happen. Oh, wait a minute. Whew, they're going to take the interception off the board. Oh my God, they're going to call pass interference so he doesn't get the interception. Oh yeah, the guy just tackled. Oh, he just completely tackled Tyreek as doing the run route. That wasn't on Tua. Don't let anybody tell you that was on Tua. Tyreek got tackled, and when he got tackled, the guy intercepted the ball. So it's 1st and 10. Oh man. I don't like this. I just don't like it. There's nothing to gain here. Nothing. He gets this 5 or 6 yards and gets his 300 yards with no interceptions and just get him out. 1st and 10. He's in the gun. Alec Ingold in motion. He's back to pass. Play action. Plenty of time. Nope, he got sacked. Get him out the game. What the hell are you doing? This. Guys, you understand the ominous things you are seeing right here? Things aren't functioning. The offense, I know he's trying to get things back in rhythm, but that play just did not work. Durham Smythe completely missed his block. There's nothing good, nothing needed, nothing good that can happen here. If he's trying to get him to 300 yards, throw some dink and dunk, give him the 6 or 7 yard gain, and get the hell off the field, please. All right. Hand it off to, it looks like, was that Gaskin? Myles Gaskin for about 3 or 4. So it's going to be 3rd and about 12. This is one of the ugliest series I've seen. No reason. There's nothing good that can come out of here. I don't care if they score. It's not worth it. You're absolutely right, Hannibal Rector. This is Mikey McD out here trying to outsmart people when you don't need to. The team doesn't look comfortable. 3rd and 12. All right, Tua's back to pass. Big brush. He got sacked again. Jesus Christ. Wow. Wow. That's it. Take him out. I've seen enough. I don't want this kid hurt. Offensive line completely shit the bed. Ugh. This is crazy. I know what he was trying to do. I know he was trying to get him there, but like you said, no injuries, man. There's no reason. I feel like we're Shire says your high blood pressure, Barry. Take it easy. No, I'm good. I'm smiling. I'm having fun, but this is ridiculous. Michelle says, Coach Saban did not put Tua in for that play he got injured on. Tua begged the coach if he could just go in for one last play, and coach let him in and was going to take him out right after that play. And the rest is, as they say, history. I don't want to be that coach. I don't want to be that GM. I don't want to be that person where you risk your franchise on a 30-0 game just for what? I don't know. I just don't get it. I mean, I'm not freaking out. I just don't understand the mindset of a coach who would do this. I don't care Sabrina. I don't care if Tua begged me. Woosa. I would say, I wouldn't even look at him. You're done. You're done. Skylar, you're in. Not emotional. I don't care how much he begged. I want to get the next 6 yards to be 300. Nope. Sorry. You're done. You're out. There's nothing. If anyone in the chat could tell me there's a reason, any value to keeping him in, yeah, maybe I'd feel different. But you're up 30-0. This team has shown no life whatsoever. Talking about the Texans, obviously. So what's the value in keeping Tua in the game? What is the upside? And I'm not going crazy. I'm trying to be convinced. It's like having pocket twos and on the board or a couple jacks. Yeah, I could hit something. I could hit another two for a full house or something. I could do that. But the upside is, it's not that. Somebody else has probably got something bigger than a pair of twos. Okay, so I was behind for the live stream. I wanted one more third quarter drive before we hit 30 points. It took some hits and last Armstead. Yeah, Armstead with his big toe. You got some guys that aren't feeling well. I just don't see what the upside is. Yep, Miami Mac, I believe we could take all the starters out and sit them. Absolutely. I assume that Tua would get one more drive just to work out some of the kinks, but after saying that, it's time to sit him down and take the W. Notice what the conversation is here. Notice, I mean, you guys can see it in the thread yourself, even the ones I'm highlighting. We're not even talking about winning and losing. We're talking about, do we take Tua out? Do we sit him? If you get to that point in the game where you're wondering whether or not your quarterback should be out there, you've already answered your question. There's no question about the win. Nobody is talking about, hey, listen, maybe we could, need to score some more points. Nobody has said that. 1st and 10. They do a reverse, and that's going nowhere as well. Nothing. These guys got nothing. Nothing. So unless one of you guys can tell me, what do we need to do to show you that Tua needs to come out of the game? Let's be serious. Mike got us this far, not Tua. I trust Mike. Seriously? Mike got us this far. How many touchdowns does Mike have? How many yards receiving does Mike have? He calls plays. All right, 2nd and 8. Good plays. Good play caller. Good coach. But not because of him. Now he's doing play action. He throws it out to his wide receiver, who gets about, let's say, 3 or 4 more yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Injury update. This is bad. Teron Armstead has been ruled out with a pec injury. Armstead has been a part of the Dolphins' offensive revival. Is that why the offensive line fell apart? Teron Armstead was out? Oh, boy. Ugh. Wow. That hurts. That really hurts. All right, so it's 3rd and 5. 9:19 left in the third. Good push on the defensive line, and we've got a sack. That looks like it's Jalen Phillips. Absolutely. 4th down. Get him off the field. All right, so who's gambling here? Who's gambling and thinking that Tua is coming back out? 9:16 left in the third. Nah. Not going to happen. You're right, Steven. Get Tua out and let Skylar get some experience. Great play by the defense, pitching a shutout. This should be in the bag at this point. As I said earlier, this team's got nothing left. Nothing. Let's not mess with this. I doubt we'll see number one come off the sidelines. Here's a punt. It's down to about the 30-yard line. Fair catch called by Cedric Wilson. Okay. Let's see who comes out the huddle. And it doesn't look like it's Tua. I don't know. Can't tell. He did put his he did strap up his chin strap. Yeah, I saw it, John. I saw him tightening his chin strap. That doesn't mean anything yet. The player is always going to want to come out. It's up to Mike McDaniel to say, "Yeah, sit your ass on the bench. Go have a margarita. Go have something at the banana daiquiri. Get your toes rubbed. I don't care. You're not going back in." Oh my God, they're saying he is. They're saying he is coming back in. Why? I don't understand why. John, I saw him strapping up his chin strap. That's what I'm saying. A player is always gonna do that. He's gonna grab his helmet. He's gonna buckle up the chin strap. It's up to the coach to tell him, go sit down. But I don't know. Is Skylar injured or something? No, he's active. Teddy is the one who's not active today. So, Mr. Buttflakes, I love your name. Mr. Buttflakes says Mike needs the fantasy points. Oh, God. Oh, Jonathan Moore, you're absolutely right. For the love of baby Jesus. Woosa, woosa. Tua's going to be coming back out there. I love this one. Tua needs to play more. He ate too much palusami for Thanksgiving. He needs to work it off. Got to earn that money. Got a new baby. Got to earn the money. I'm having all kinds of issues with technology today. Hey, Michelle, what are you saying here? Tua was the one that begged Coach Saban. Yeah, I know he did. I know he begged him to come back in. We can't let it happen again. Yeah, if Tua gets hurt, it's over. I'm telling you, if Tua, God forbid, Tua gets hurt. But if Tua gets hurt, Mike might want to pack his bags as well. The fan base will just destroy him. All right, let's see what happens here. I can't believe it. If he wants the 300 yards that bad, do a quick slant to Waddle or Tyreek, get the 6 or 7 yards, and get your 300 yards. I mean, at this point, he may be looking to help him up. Hey, Alexander, thank you very, very much. I greatly appreciate it. Today drives me crazy. You know what? You guys get the feeling that we're down 10 points. All right, Tua's in a shotgun. Play action. He's sacked again. Come on, man. What the? He's sacked again. I mean, are you seeing premonitions? Even the guys on TV are like, you still want Tua in this game? I mean, what are we doing? There is no offensive line play right now. Tua's back there just getting smushed from all different directions. Mike, what are you doing? It does feel like we're losing. It does. Mike, you're right. Hands off the ball to Gaskin for about 1 yard. No Teron Armstead. Offensive line is doing nothing. This is awful. Throw a screen pass. Get him his 6 or 7 yards. That's what he obviously wants. That's what he obviously is looking for, to get him 6 or 7 yards. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. He's in a shotgun again from his own 20, standing on his own 20-yard line. There's a snap. Offensive line did nothing, and he's got his 5 or 6 yards, it looks like. I don't know. That might be what he wanted to do. He threw it to Jalen Waddle for about maybe 5 or 6. He got 6 yards. I think he's right at 300. That worked. Get him out the game. That was ridiculous. You're right, Cameron. Tua needs to chew some O-line ass. Absolutely. They did nothing in this second half. Complete crap. I know, Randy, I don't think it's about 300. I just can't find out what the reason is you would leave this guy in up 30-0. What is it for? It doesn't make any sense. Michelle, again, you say you think our team is one that gave up. I think our team, our O-line, all of a sudden doesn't know how to play again. Yeah, well, it shows you what happens without Teron Armstead. The entire offensive line is just turned to crap, which is why you need to get him out. Bob, yeah, you're saying it's nothing to do with yards. So what is it about? Why would you leave Tua in to get sacked over and over again? Why would you leave him in with a 30-0 lead? Tell me. You lost your halfback. Hopefully Jeff Wilson's going to be okay, but he's out. So why is he out there? Yeah, Tua's got to take himself out. No player's ever going to do that. That's Mike Litters, you're absolutely right. This is, what did you say here? I like this. This is when the owner needs to call down and pull rank. If they pull him because of 300 yards, that might piss me off worse. Yeah, I know. This is, I can't, it says, Mr. Buckflake says, Tua needs one more yard for 300. If that is indeed the reason why he's still in this game, that's absurd. That's absolutely absurd at this point. Even the Jets fans are yelling at McDaniel. T. Christopher says that Jeff Wilson is back on the sideline. Opalaka Company, you're absolutely right. Without Armstead, we don't look good. Now understand, moving Austin Jackson to, I think that's who's playing left tackle at this point, moving him over there. No, Austin Jackson, that's probably Shell playing left tackle. And he didn't prepare. I mean, he played right tackle. Yeah, the O-line play is definitely concerning with tough teams on the schedule ahead. So I don't know what, I can't tell you. I don't know why he'd be out there. There has to be an assistant coach in Mike's ear. Yeah. He may be trying to see what he has without Teron Armstead. That's possible, but you don't do that kind of experimenting with your quarterback. All right, so he's sitting on the sideline next to Teddy. I'm talking about Tua. And Tua looks really upset. I think he wanted to continue playing as well. As Michelle said, someone's got to be a man in the house and tell the kid, no, you're done. Handoff, this is Houston's best gain of the day for about 7 yards. So it's going to be about 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. Let's see what happens. 2nd and 1. They say that he went for 9 yards on that play. Yeah, this game feels like we're losing. This would be a game where we're all just smiling and joking and having a great time. You're up 30-0. Everything's fine. And we're sitting here going, oh my God, what the hell are we doing? So right now, it looks like the offensive coordinator and Mike McDaniel were talking to Tua. I don't know what the discussion was, obviously. All right. Kyle Allen is dropping back. He throws a quick dink for about 7 yards off to the right-hand side for a first down for the Houston Texans. Oh, boy. Skyler is warming up. Tua is probably done. He's not looking like he's coming back in at all. Yeah. Okay, so we got Hill for 85 and Waddle for 85. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, this half we definitely sure aren't winning. Not at all. Not at all. All right, 1st and 10 from about the 49-yard line going in. Snaps to Kyle Allen. He's getting good pressure. He throws it man wide open in the middle of the field for about a 15-yard gain for the Houston Texans. It's going to be first down. There is a flag on the field. Let's see what it looks like. It's going to be the Dolphins. I'm not sure what this is going to be. And Jesse Mong, you're probably right too, is mad at his offensive line. No, he's probably mad at himself more than anything else. Let's see what they're walking. They're looking like this is going to be a penalty against the Dolphins. Yeah, John, you're absolutely right. Skyler, please. Absolutely. All 3 sacks came from the left side of the offensive line. Now we got an unnecessary roughness penalty on Javon Holland. So this team is imploding right now. This team is not playing like they did in the first quarter. I don't think that was unnecessary roughness. I think that he took a good hit. I think Javon Holland looked at a receiver. They're going to call him defenseless or something, but that was a good hit to me. I like hits. All right, so it's 1st and 10. Houston's their deepest penetration of the day. They're on about the 17 or 18-yard line. Kyle Allen is under center. He does a play action, rolls to his left, throws the ball for about a three-yard gain or so. Mark Craven, you're absolutely right. Very, very strange game. It doesn't seem like we're really enthused about this. Michelle Lamar again. Tua should have been out. Our O-line has already given up. They figure we're 30 points ahead. Oh, well, we're not going to work anymore. Something's going wrong. Tua needs to take the bench and forget playing for the rest of the day. So, all right, so we have Houston has the ball on about the, I'd say, 15-yard line, 2nd and 6. He tries to pass out to the flat to his tight end. This guy gets to about the 1-yard line. So looks like Houston has found a couple guys who want to play, and they're looking for a spark. That guy really put himself out there. Their tight end after he caught the ball. Nice play. So it's 1st and goal from about the 2. So let's see what happens. After Bake says they should have kept Shell at right tackle. They moved Jones to left tackle and put AJ at guard. Yeah, okay, so it's 1st and goal from looks like the 3. About 3. Handoff up the middle. Shreds the defensive line, goes right in the end zone. And this idiot's dancing like he's done something great. Look at the scoreboard, dude. You're down 30-7 in the 3rd, and you just got in the end zone for the first time, and you're dancing around back there. So now that they've scored, now that it's 30-7, and it's only 3:18 left in the 3rd, and they're going to go for 2, you put Tua back in? If it was 30-0, that's one thing. Now if they make this 2-point conversion, they're going to be down by 22, 3 touchdowns. Let's see, they're going for 2. Let's see what happens here. So here comes the snap. They're not going to get in. So it's going to be 30-6 with 3:18 left in the 3rd. I got to believe you bring Skyler in and run this out. Just do anything. Tua may need to stay in to shake off the rust, get ready for the next game. Doesn't want to end the game playing crappy, end the game with a good drive, but you got no offensive line. They're not blocking. No, Dante, you're missing my point. I wouldn't put him back in a game. I definitely wouldn't put him. I'm just saying, I wonder if that's a question at this point. If they had made that 2-point conversion and been down 38 and within three scores, do you bring him back in? Right now, no. You're down 24. It's still 3 scores, but you'd have to get 3 2-point conversions as well. Let's see. My pick was 34-6. I need 2 safeties. Let's see Skyler come in and run the effing ball. Make whatever damn O-line shifts you need to make it work. Having to just rely on Armstead is not going to do it. Can't disagree. Which Jackson are you talking about? Are you talking about Austin Jackson? He hasn't been extremely bad, but man, I want Skyler. He hasn't been extremely bad, but coming in and playing left tackle, he seems to be blowing a ton of different assignments. Just put Skyler in and run out the clock. How sad is it? You think about it. Everybody watching the game, everybody looking around and saying, it's 30-6. You won big, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like this team was 1-8. You were going to do a little bit more crushing on this team, but I mean, they covered so far. The spread was 14 or 15, but I don't feel the energy from you guys that you feel like this was a huge win. I feel the energy from you guys that says we're getting out of here with skin of our teeth because of everything that's happened. Yeah, Tehran's replacement is effing horrible. Absolutely. I got to believe we're going to see Skyler in here now. Let's see what happens after they kick the ball off. Scoreboard is up. It's just got comments on it right now. Let's see what happens. Don't let Jackson play. Can't. Just don't. I'm just not feeling it, man. Just not feeling it to bring Tua back in a game. It's got to be Skyler. All right. 3:18 left in the third. Dolphins receiving. And here's the kick. So it's down. It's out of the end zone. And so it'll be first and 10 from the 25. Nope, Tua is not in. He's done for the day. Here comes Skyler. Thank you. I don't want to see this kid get hurt either. I mean, that's another thing. I don't want to see Skyler get hurt either with this offensive line. So they need to do something. Thank God he's Tua's out of the game. All right. So, all right. All right, here comes Skyler. He's under center. Is that Jeff Wilson back in the game? Alec Ingold is back there. Jeff's back in the game. He runs for about 4 or 5, so it was a cramp, so he's okay. So it looks like every other starter is in the game. Tua finishes the game at 299 yards. Didn't get that 300. That's just how it is. All right. Now we have another handoff to Jeff Wilson, and he goes for about another 2 yards. Thomas Neal, you're absolutely right. Should be doing quick passes and runs, just running the clock out at this point. News point tomorrow. All the talking points are going to be about Mike McDaniel leaving Tua in too long and Tua taking too many hits. Guarantee you that's what they're going to be talking about. Imagine a quarterback throwing for 299 yards and a touchdown and people not thinking he did well. But they'll say that. All right, Skyler's got 3rd and 4 from the, let's say about the 29-yard line. There's a snap. He's looking for a pass. He gets it to, I believe that's Sherfield. Nope, that's to Cedric Wilson. So it's a first down. Wow, I haven't pushed this button in a long time.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
I hadn't pushed that in so long. The screen on my board here had gone black. That's how long it's been since I was able to push that. All right, so it's 1st and 10. The clock is running. That's most important right now. 1:36, 1:35 left in the third. Skyler's in a shotgun. There's a snap. Inside handoff to Jeff Wilson. He's up the middle. He runs for about 7 or 8 yards. So good blocking. We'll take that. Yes, Stephen Brown. Woosa. I got to get that. I got to get that video in here. Woosa. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Armstead goes down and the thing falls apart. Come on, defense. Yeah. Thomas Neal says, Tua did do well. All they need him to do, and there's nothing wrong with giving the backup some game time. Absolutely. All right, 2nd and 1. He's in a shotgun on 2nd and 1 from the 45. Cedric Wilson goes in motion. Inside handoff to Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson gets the first down. So milk the clock.
That's
keep it moving.
Miami Dolphins.
All right, so scoreboard is up there, dude. Can you not see the scoreboard? Yeah, exactly. This is the most unsatisfying blowout I've ever seen. You're absolutely right. Completely unsatisfying. All right, so 22 seconds left in the third. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Cedric Wilson go, oh, and there's a turnover. Skyler fumbled the snap. Jesus. Wow. Wow, guys. This team took the second half off. I mean, he fumbles the snap, the ball gets kicked around, Houston jumps on it, first down. I mean, they just stopped playing. The second half just didn't happen. Wow. It's like these guys don't know how to win. Seriously. You have to have a mentality of a winner, and winners know how to close games out. You have to basically stomp the other team out when you've got them, put your hand around their neck, choke the life out of them, and this is crazy. Kyle Allen rolls out, hits that tight end again for about a 10-yard first down. No, where's that? I gotta say that. It's not that. You can tell you're spoiled when a blowout is not to your liking. Of course, a win's a win. The problem is the performance. I'm not grading this on win or lose at this point. Dolphins should win this game. Not grading that. I'm talking about performance. And if you look at this in any other way other than the second half, the Dolphins fell apart, you're lying to yourself. Yeah, we all can salute and say we're going to go to 8-3, but this team did not perform in the second half, period. There's nothing you can say. It's not about being spoiled. You can actually look, and if you watch the game, you can actually see that this team did not perform. They made mistake after mistake. They caused, for whatever reason, sacks. They couldn't run the ball against the worst defense against the run in the NFL. You can't make that up. That's not being spoiled. This is a game that should have been probably 40-6, 45-6. You had missed plays in the first half. You had overthrows. And now in the second half, you got nothing. Nothing. So, yeah. If the Dolphins play flat against a good NFL team, they'll get beaten in playoffs. If they play this flat against the 49ers, they're going to get beat. If they play this flat against the Chargers, they're going to get beat. Don't think that other teams aren't looking at this and going, okay, what happened here? How did this team do so well in the first half and then completely lose it in the second half? They took their foot off the gas, and of course, Armstead getting hurt, problematic. But from a coaching perspective, from a player's perspective, there's not a player on this team right now that's happy. After this game is over and you see people running over and shaking hands, you're not going to see smiles on people's face for the most part. Remember after the last game when they beat the Browns and Tua was doing a dance? You're not going to see that. Trust me, you're not going to see players so happy and you know, high five. Not going to see it. Every player in this team knows, oh shit, we screwed this. Think I'm wrong? Wait till the end of the game. You're going to see some real perfunctory handshakes. You are not going to see people dancing and happy and, you know, nope, ain't going to happen. At this point, you realize you clocked out at halftime and you didn't answer the bell. And that's embarrassing to an NFL team. I don't care what the fans think. I'm talking about the individual players. No, they got embarrassed in the second half. You're right, Keith. This is the NFL. And it is going to be a little bit of humble pie that these guys are going to have to eat. Now defense has to show, hey, listen, we can't give up another score to this team. We can't do it. So with penalty of some sort. The scoreboard is up there. Gary, the scoreboard is up there. It's just behind the comment. See, boom, there it is right there. All right. So, this is just, I'm just trying to give you guys some insight. I'm not a fanboy. I've never been a fanboy. I'm not like some of the other guys. Oh, this is great. No, this isn't great. I'm giving you what to look for at the end of the game. Watch till you see the post-game presser. You're going to see people, yeah, we won. Doesn't mean anything. There's so much work to do here. All right, 1st and 15 after the penalty. There's a pass complete right over the middle for about 12 or 13 yards. This is the kind of thing where you run films on Monday and Tuesday, and you start looking at things, and you see guys playing down to the level. I'm not joking. Wait, if you think I'm joking, wait to the end of the game, keep CBS on, and watch the players' reaction at the end of the game, and you tell me if they feel very satisfied. 2nd and 2 after a 13-yard gain from 1st and 15. Allen is under center. He hands off, and they're not tackling, and he gets maybe 1 yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 at this point. Brian Perkins, you are someone who reads, obviously. It was the best of halves. It was the worst of halves. Absolutely. No, I wouldn't be worried about Skyler losing the game as the Houstons get their first down. I don't think he'll lose the game. I don't think he'll be in that position. Yeah, you're right, Wayne. We're up by 24 points and we feel disappointed. We're not the only ones. Trust me, these guys feel it. They absolutely feel it. Baptism under fire for sure. Absolutely. So it's 1st and 10. Let me get that off the screen. They're on the 29-yard line. Good push. Jalen Phillips is running after him. He gets not going to get a sack, but he is going to get a tackle. And again, Kyle Allen runs for about 5 or 6 yards. None, not a single one of his teammates, not one was over there to help pick him up. Jalen Phillips picked him up. Not one of his players, not one of his teammates on his sideline. Nobody is there. I mean, they're just looking at him on the ground. It's crazy. That's why I knew this team was done. 2nd and 6. Clock is running, 12:58. Ball's on a 25-yard line. Here comes pressure. Up the gut, inside. He caught the pass. This guy, number 88's been playing well. Oh, he just ran over. Oh, my goodness. He just ran over Javon Holland. He just embarrassed Javon Holland. I mean, he stuck his shoulder down and made Javon Holland his you-know-what right into the end zone. Now I wouldn't be surprised if Tua, Tyreek, and Waddle come back in. It's 12 minutes left in the 4th. Now it's going to be 30-12, possibly 30-14 if they get this 2-point attempt. You may be forced to bring the starters back in. This isn't good. Jesus. Wow. Okay, so they lined up for the 2-point conversion. Let's see what happens here. If he makes this, we may see Tua and Tyreek. Let's see. Play action. He's running. He throws it, and they miss it. Guy was open, but he threw it to his left tackle, left eligible tackle. Wrong person to throw it to. So it's 30-12. I don't know. Dante, you make a good point here. Remember, Texans are done because I said that. What I also said was, and if you remember, you can rewind. I said, unless they start seeing a spark. And what we're seeing right now is the Dolphins have completely folded and they've come up with 2 touchdowns against a defense that can't seem to stop them now. That's what I said. They let them back into the game. They didn't stomp them on their necks when they had them in a position to just basically take them out. I'm not mincing my words. I actually said, unless they get sparked, unless something that I said, a punt return, a kickoff return, an interception, something that sparks them. Do you remember what started this drive? A fumble. We fumbled. We turned the ball over. You cannot turn the ball over to a team that's struggling to compete. Otherwise, you end up getting the score you have right now. So understand what I'm saying when I said they're done. They were. But if you let somebody back in, these are professional football players, and you fumbled the damn ball. Yeah, if we play this week against the 49ers, absolutely. Absolutely. What's Dino saying here? Dino, where'd you go? Make all our subs feel some pressure. Not going to have to make them feel it. I mean, the pressure is upon us. There's 12 minutes and 46 seconds left in this game. So what happens right now if we don't score or move the ball down and then they score again? Now you're at 30-18 with probably 7 or 8 minutes left. Who do we want to win, Tennessee or Cincinnati? I think we want Tennessee to win. I mean, Cincinnati, they're hurting right now. There's no Jamar Chase. But I don't think, well, I know Derrick Henry's a beast, but I think we can stop that better than running against those guys at full speed. Let's see what we got here. Dolphins are out of shape and has become a one-half team. Ate too much barbecue during the break. I don't know if that's what it is, but something happened. Something happened. If Dolphins lose, what do fans say? I don't know. We just say the guys didn't play well in the second half. I wouldn't blame this on Boyer. It's not his fault. The players can't tackle. Nope. All right, so here we go. First and 10 on the 25. Jay, I don't think it's too much of a limb to say that the Dolphins are going to win this game. Our concern, or my concern rather, is that they're not performing up to the level that they should be. And everybody can see that. They're going to call it tomorrow, the second half collapse. They're going to see it. Tua is still on the sideline, not looking happy whatsoever. Mike McDaniel not looking happy. Skyler's in. First and 10. He's back to pass. He throws it. He tried to throw it to Waddle. I think it's going to be interference. Let's see. Might get a first down out of this. Yep, they're going to call interference on Houston. Oklahoma stuff spanning. Okay, I didn't see the spam. Yeah, the O-line definitely needs to protect Skyler just like they need to protect Tua. Absolutely. All right, dude, when I say the Dolphins have folded, I'm talking from a player's perspective. I don't want to have to be a fanboy and go, oh, no, they're still winning. They're doing great. You have to understand, as a professional athlete, with what's happened here, you can look at the stats all you want. It's a win if they hold on, but they have not done well in the second half. I mean, you're playing against a team with the worst defense against the run, and we can't get any yards. That in my mind, that's failure. I'm sorry if I'm being difficult for some of you guys that are absolute fans that just don't care. If you can't move the ball against a shitty team, you're not going to move the ball against a good team. Okay, 2nd and 8. I'm sorry if I'm being harsh. I just got to keep it real. 2nd and 8. Skyler's under center. He's rolling out. Man, they're on him and he throws the ball incomplete to Waddle. 3rd and 8 now. Whew, man, this is. Hey, Dardino. Another team will think they can take the Dolphins out because they didn't close out today. Showed a lot of weakness. Yeah. I mean, I want to engage with you guys. I'm not trying to insult you. I try to keep it real. I'm not like one of these other channels that's just going to just completely be in awe of the Miami Dolphins. I can see what's going on. I'm trying to give you perspective. They're playing like crap. 3rd and 8. Skyler's in the gun. He drops back, throws it, and missed Sherfield completely. And now the Dolphins have to punt. Okay. You can get mad if you want, but I'm just saying it's 30-12. 12 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and now we're punting to them again. Defense is going to be put to the test once again. Yeah, Christopher Teddy is inactive. All right, he's grabbed the punt on about the 12. He's running. He's getting some yardage. He's back up to about the 33-yard line, so about a 15-yard punt return. So they're not going to be in really bad field position. Now the defense, you're absolutely right, Matt. The defense now has to keep the score 30-12. This is not good. I don't care. Go to another channel if you don't like it. This is not good football. I'm talking about football. Yes, I will always take a win. I don't have to keep saying that. Put a big asterisk. Yeah, they won. They absolutely won. That's not what I expect in play. And what I expect in the play is I swear to God, somebody like in one of the initial comments said for the Dolphins to play all 4 quarters. And I said, no, they can go 3. I said they can go 3, just blow these guys out and then sit there. I didn't know that the guys that would come in second string would actually the first stringers are the ones that are still in right now. Yeah, they will throw it to that big tight end. Yep, you're absolutely right. He's been open and he keeps catching the ball. Let's see here. Justin, you're absolutely right. We cannot play like this against the 49ers. Nope, can't do it. I don't get what Mike McDaniels is calling. I don't know either. And I don't know why Teddy Bridgewater is inactive, because that means I don't know who got most of the reps in practice, but Skyler looks rustier than Tua looks. Dude, I am not a negative Nancy. I'm calling it as I see it. If you think you see something else, let me know. If you see a team that's performing to the top of their ability, go ahead and let me know. If you think you see a quarterback and offensive line blocking to the best of their ability, let me know. When you say that, you're going to tell me that you really don't know football. And so I'm sure there's some other channels out there that will say the Dolphins are playing great. Woohoo! Let's fucking go. Let's go. It's not true. I want to see this team progress. I'm not being a negative Nancy. I'm being realistic. Completely realistic. I'm trying to give you background as to what's going on. If you think I'm lying, wait till the end of the game. The end of the game will tell you everything. This team may end up winning this ball game, but you're going to see by their body perspective how they feel about this win. You think I'm lying? Keep it on till the end, and you'll see what happens. I can't stand when people think you're being a negative Nancy because you're telling the truth. All right, 1st and 10. He's got plenty of time. He's throwing it deep, and he caught it down to about. You see what I'm saying? I'm not being a negative Nancy. This team has fallen apart. People can't see that because they're so enamored with the team. This is a great team, and we're going to the Super Bowl. You got to take it play by play. You got to take it game by game. And this 30-0 game has completely changed. If you can't see that this game has completely changed, you don't know what you're looking at. They just threw what amounts to a 30-yard bomb for a first down. So now it's 1st and 10 on about the 27-yard line. Here we go. Kyle Allen, back to pass. He got batted, so he got knocked down. Let's see here. I'm just in pure shock. Goodness gracious, defense step up and Skyler focus, make the short pass and then run time management. You see what we're talking about? We're like, can we get out of here? Can we please just run the clock out and get it? It's not like, hey man, this was an awesome game. We kicked their asses. Oh, no, we're like, can we hurry up and run the clock out, please? That's how we feel. That's realism. 2nd and 10. Ball is on the 28-yard line. Kyler Allen's looking to throw a screen again and got batted down, but this time by Seiler. Good job, Sealer. We always make the backup quarterbacks look like they're Pro Bowlers. Yeah, this guy, Kyle Allen, backup. I don't know if he was a janitor last week and they just decided to bring him in, but oh my God. Yeah, it's 11 minutes left in the 4th quarter and we're going to sweat all 11 minutes. That's what I'm saying. All right, here we go. 3rd and 10. But love for this. I mean, they're in field goal range probably, but let's see what happens. 3rd and 10. He's in the gun, gets a snap, good pressure, right over the middle for about 14 yards. First down on about the 17-yard line. 10:32 left. This team is shredding our defense. Wow. Wow. Let's see what happens here. As Mark G said, the Dolphins make me cry. Yeah, this isn't good stuff here. Wide open in the flat. Goes for about 5 or 6 yards. This team is looking, and I say this team, the Texans are looking like they feel they can win this game. When you get someone down 30-0, and you don't choke the ever-loving life out of them, and you allow this to happen, if they score here, Tua, put on your damn helmet. Unbelievable. Mark, I'm trying to. People don't want to hear the truth. People like to have things sugar-coated. I'm not here to sugarcoat stuff. I'm here to be realistic. All right, 2nd and 5 from about the 12, inside handoff. That's going to go for about 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and probably 4 from the 8-yard line. What just happened here? Okay. Yeah, Pablo, you're absolutely right. Disgusting display. That's a great word. Disgusted. All right, 3rd and 4. They can get a first down without scoring here. So let's see what happens. In the first half, Kyle Allen had 49 yards. In the second half, so far, he's had 144. And you think the defense is playing well? Think again. All right, he's back to pass. Good rush. He just throws it out of the end zone because nice catch by, who is that? By X-Man, but it was out of the end zone. So it's 4th and 4. They're probably going to kick the field goal here because they have enough time. They've been moving the ball. No reason to blow it. They're going to kick the field goal and go 30-15 and be down by just 2 scores. He was, by the way, the Texans receiver was wide open. Wide open. All right, so here's the kick. Joshua, you're absolutely right. We are definitely giving this team a reason to think that they can come back and win. I've seen too many games where teams come back off of momentum and actually win the game. That's the word that Dante, who asked me about them saying they were done, that's the thing that you didn't take into account. You put that 12th man on the field. The Dolphins put that 12th man on the field, the legal 12th man. And that 12th man's name is called momentum. And you put momentum on the field and you allow a team to basically get some adrenaline stuck in their veins and get momentum as the unfair advantage. That guy Mo is out there on the line. He's the unblocked guy. He's the guy that you don't plan on. That guy momentum is now on that Texans sidelines. And now it's 30-15. And you still got nine minutes left. And all the Dolphins are doing are going 3 and out. So if they go 3 and out here, and there's no reason to think at this point that the Texans won't score again. I'm telling you, this is getting ugly. At this point, we may have no choice but to put Tua back in the game, which is going to be really bad because now he's cooled off. You think he was rusty before. Man. You're not going to be able to run out the clock if you can't run the ball. If you can't run the ball, then you're going to give it back to Houston. So Skylar's out there with 9 minutes left. Yeah, Thomas, you're right. They were probably thinking about going to Live a little bit early. They were going to Live, had the party down at South Beach ready to go, had the limos and the pole bus. Nah, cancel it. Here's a snap. Tyler gives an inside. Oh, he's got a big play action going real deep. And nope, incomplete. He went real deep on a play action pass to Jalen Waddle and incomplete. Nice throw. But the defensive back was right with Waddle. I mean, right with him. Kendall, you said what happened? We were ahead 30-0. I went out to get a few drinks. I came back to this. Yeah, you came back to some shit. And you came back to some shit. Join us in our misery here as we watch this crap unfold in the fourth quarter. Ugh. This is really bad. Mark Saffer. This is ridiculous. Can the defense start playing? Will Tua come back in? The Dolphins need to score once more. Hopefully they'll turn things around. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 10. Skyler's in a shotgun. Sherfield's in motion. Inside handoff play action. He steps up. He's running. He gets about 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Just think about what's happening here. You got a team that's got Mr. Momentum on their sideline. They got that 12th player already suited up over there. We've taken less than a couple minutes off the clock, and it's 3rd and 8 already. I don't even know if we got a first down in the second half. I'd have to check those stats. This is really bad. Andrus, you're absolutely right. This second half performance was completely unacceptable for a professional team of this caliber. All right, Skyler's in an empty backfield. He's looking to throw. Now he's looking to run. He's taken off, and he's stopped well short of the first down. So he's out. So now it's 4th down. Looks like Tyreek's got some cramps on the sideline, so I don't know if he'd be coming back in anyway. But now they stopped him again. It's 4th and 5, and Morstead is going to have to punt again. Plenty of time. You can look inside the stands. The crowd is stunned. They just showed a crowd shot, and everybody's just sitting there like, what the hell are we watching? What the hell's going on here? This is unreal. Oh my God. And here comes the punt. Okay, the ball's at the 15. He runs it back. He runs it. He breaks it. He's out to about the 35-yard line or so. I'm going to have to take a drink here. This is just water, but it should be something else. Oh, man. This is really, really bad. All right, guys. All we can hope is the defense steps up here. They score again here and get within 1 score. All right. The stadium is quiet. A lot of empty seats too, by the way. All right, here we go. Let me check some. Inside receiver, wide receiver screen. He goes for about, I'd say about 10 yards for a first down. Got a flag on the play. It's probably going to be against the Texans. Looks like it's illegal use of hands. At least we got something good happening. So they're going to push it back. It's going to be 1st and 20. Man, where's that Woosub video when I need it? This is crazy. Mike, you hit on something here. Sports gambling is big business. Watch the spread. Wasn't it? It was 14 points, wasn't it? So if they go ahead and kick a field goal here, they're going to beat the spread. Good. Yeah, you're wondering. The stadium may have cleared after halftime. People might not have came back. You're absolutely right. I didn't think about that. All right, 1st and 20 from the 31-yard line. Allen is back to pass. He throws it onto the flat to the running back, and the defense swarms and takes him down. It's so quiet. It's so quiet in the stadium. Mike McDaniel is walking his sidelines. He just looks like, I can't explain it. This is why depth is important. 30 points up at halftime against the worst team in the league. You do not lose just because you pull your quarterback. Absolutely. Kyle Allen back to throw. Finds somebody underneath. Bad tackling. Guy still running. He goes for about another 3 or 4 yards after initial contact. It's going to be 3rd down and probably, I'd say, 6 maybe. Awful tackling. You guys are seeing it. 3rd and 13. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just a fan. He's not a player, and he doesn't know football. Ooh, nice stick. Nice stick by, they had a blitz in there. It was, Jerome Baker. So you think I don't know football, huh? Want to bet? Want me to start calling some of the plays? You think I'm just a fan? You make me laugh. Oh yeah, Raymond, you're right. Mina Kimes is definitely loving this. She's going to be insufferable tomorrow. You're absolutely right. But that was a nice stick by Jerome Baker. I'm surprised they didn't call a penalty on it. Let's see what's going on here. And where did these guys learn to tackle at? That's because people don't hit in practice anymore. That's what happens. All right, so let's see what happens on the 20-yard line. We're going to get the ball back. 4:48. Just run the clock out. Can we just burn 5 minutes? Let's see. They've got 3 timeouts left, so plus the 2-minute warning. So we're going to have four stoppages of play here. So we need a couple first downs, just a couple first downs to get through here. Joshua Palomalu says, I'm just going to say it. Tua deserves that bag. Look at the team without him. Dramatic difference when he's not playing. Momentum just swings to the other side. Yep, without Tua in the game, it's a completely different game. It's been that way all season long. All right, Skylar is in. It's 1st and 10 from about the 20. Inside handoff to Jeff Wilson. Looks like he gets about 4 or 5, and the clock keeps running. Yeah, keep doing it. Some of you people are idiots. O-line and D suck both, are playing NAD. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are just fans. They're just diehard fans. They don't care to look at what's really going on. They want to be encouraged. They need that encouragement. But you got San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Buffalo 3 weeks in a row. San Francisco, the Chargers, and the Buffalo Bills 3-0. If you think this performance will allow them to beat any of those 3 teams, you're not just a fan, you're delusional. Delusional. This performance would not beat any of those 3 teams. And if you think so, you're literally delusional. You're such a fan that you can't see the forest from the trees. This was horrible in terms of the second half. All right. Here goes 2nd and 6. He's under center. Al Ingold goes in motion, and he's rolling out, going nowhere. He's sacked and thrown down for a huge loss. Yeah, Skylar's not throwing the ball away. He hasn't gone to the Tua school of playing the next play. He keeps trying to extend plays. He's not fast enough to get away from these NFL players. He's just not fast enough. Yeah, that guy Pork is just pushing your buttons, Pablo. He's just saying that. I get those in here all the time. Yeah, and pec injuries are nasty. Pec injuries can go for quite some time. It means he got his arm bent back or something. So between that and his toe, we got to have him next week. Look at the people in the stands. There is no joy in Mudville today. These people are not happy. All right, 3rd and 11. Will we get a first down out of this? Let's see. There's the snap. Sky was looking for someone to... Oh, my God. He threw that ball behind and over Jeff Wilson. Not just behind and over. So it's 4th and 11. Out again. Just... Wow. Shire says this happened at a good time, play poorly and get the win. When they look over the tape this week, they'll get ripped and get ready for next games coming up. Okay, but what do you fix? What do you fix for next week? You got Jimmy G and the 49ers. Your offensive line could be decimated if Teron Armstead's not in. Here comes the punt return. They're going to be at the 40. The defense hasn't shown the propensity to be able to stop somebody here in the second half. What did they do different? What did the Texans do different that the Dolphins weren't prepared for in the second half? These are things that every coach that's looking at the Dolphins coming up is going to be looking at this tape and going, what the hell happened? Yep, not a single point in the second half. Not even a field goal. Nothing. Nada. Yeah, what the hell is Skylar throwing to? Above and behind the receiver. Makes no sense. Didn't seem like he had any idea what he was doing on that pass. All right, 1st and 10, 4:20. They only have one timeout left. That's a good thing. With the 2-minute warning, we'll have the second timeout. Boom! He just got beat up here. So they tried a short pass, and man, this kid got hit hard. Yeah, they're gonna have to call somebody in. So we got an injury on the field. Kyle Allen set up that receiver. You know how people say Tua throws people open? He just threw that guy into an injury. I mean, it's that bad. And Duke Riley just nailed him. Absolutely nailed him. I mean, clean hit. Boom. But he hit him right. It looks like right in his lower back or his rump. And, I mean, he stuck him really hard. Yeah, Duke made a clean, hard play. I mean, there's nothing about a penalty day. The quarterback hung that guy out to dry. The Dolphins are playing like the Hurricanes. Yeah, they are. They do seem to do that. Steven Troller, good comment here. Hard to fix any of this by next week. We just have to see who is able to play and work on things the entire rest of the season. Yeah. What do you fix? Some of the stuff that we've seen are some of the things we've seen all season. Now the offensive line was playing really well last couple of weeks. Offensive line played well in the first half. Teron Armstead goes down, stinks up the place in the second half. So it's just really weird. Where are all these people who wanted Skyler to replace Tua in the preseason? They're very quiet right now. They're hunting rabbits. There's nothing for them to say. The kids look awful. And they'll say, you know, here's the problem is that he didn't get the reps in practice. That's probably true. He didn't get the reps that he needed. Well, hey, it could be worse. At least we're not the Broncos. Yeah, absolutely. This guy from the Texans is still down on the field. Like I say, Duke Riley drilled him. Hate to see it, but he's probably going to have to be carted off the field. They're still working on him. I'm looking to see if he's got any movement in his legs or anything. Haven't really seen much yet. Yeah, you're correct here. Work on maintaining focus for an entire game. Yes. Yeah. Well, Barry, in my opinion, I believe Mike McDaniel put Tua way too soon. Skyler isn't capable. Why pull our starter? Because already the offensive line was causing problems. Tua got sacked like 3 times, and I think what he needed to do is, get him out of there. He could have practiced for a month. This still sucks. Yeah, he could have. Let's see. Yeah, that was Hank. That was a very clean hit. That was just a football hit right there. He hit him hard. He hit him hard in the wrong location. If anything, I'd blame that on the quarterback for putting him in a position where he was basically out to dry. I think we just had a bad second half. Didn't have Tua in, and I don't really think it will have any impact. Possible. It's very possible. But you have to look at why we didn't have Tua in. Right before he got taken out, there were a couple sacks, like 2 or 3 sacks in a row, and he couldn't even get the ball out. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, I thought Skyler. Okay, the guy's up. Burkhead is up, walking around, so they didn't have to cart him off. Great. He's going into the injury tent. I was one that thought Skyler was better than what he is showing. I admit my mistakes. Hey, man, you're a better man for it, obviously. All right, so it's 2nd and 10, 4:15 left. They still have 1 timeout plus a 2-minute warning, so they're going to have 2. And here's the snap. Not yet. Okay, snap. He's looking deep to pass, and what an awful pass. That went nowhere. No flag, so third and 10. If Tua, good point here. If Tua didn't have protection, what makes you think Skyler would be protected? That's a very good point. And now you know what they need to work on this week then, right? Absolutely. This offensive line. Okay, here we go again. 3rd and 10. And here comes the snap. Good rush. He throws deep to that tight end, and I think he's going to have the first down. He's going to be close, very close. So you're asking a question, why do you think the team doesn't play the same when he isn't in? I don't know. I think that because they don't get the same amount of reps with the second quarterback, that may be the system that Mike plays and how he schemes things. So it's first and let's see, they got the first down. They did a quarterback sneak. What's wrong with Armstead? They say not the toe this time. It says he's got a pec problem. So something he had, one of his pec muscles got hit. D is not playing aggressive football. I agree. It's 1st and 10 from the 50, 3:18 left, one timeout plus a 2-minute warning right over the middle. For about, I'd say 5 or 6 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 from about the 45. Clock is still running. We're fine. We're saving it for next week. That doesn't happen. That really doesn't happen. He's back to throw, running out of the pocket, throws it out of bounds. That wouldn't go. Bob says, agree with Chris. Tua being out should have put a fire under the defense. Yeah, it should have. That's when the defense should say themselves in the huddle, coach is putting it on us. We need to win this. We need to put these guys out of their misery. We need to let them know that they are done. They're not going to come back against us. And they didn't. They still have a chance to do it now. It's 3rd and 4. Let's see if they can stop them from getting a first down. I don't think so. I think they're going to throw it out into the flat. Here's where they're coming. Oh, he's going deep. Deep. Oh, picked off. Picked off. I think that's who is that? Can't see the number. Picked off. Dolphins get the turnover. That's what you want to see. Couldn't see what number it was. Number 32. Who's that? Turn around, dude. Let me see your name. Is that the one of the new guys they just picked up? Is that Vernon? Let's see who that was. Nice. Nice. The defense stepped up. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, McKinley, Bron McKinley. Way to come in, dude, and pick that off. Nice, very nice. McKinley got it. All right, defense ended the game for the most part. Now, let's just go ahead and run out the clock. 2:40 left. Run one play, hit the 2-minute warning, and then just kneel down. So this ball is definitely going to be handed off. And there it is. Hand off to, looks like Gaskin. And so we're going to run this down. Once it resets, they're going to run this down to the 2-minute warning. And then just kneel and get the hell out of Dodge. Just be done with this. Hey, man, I'm not a dreamer. I'm not a crystal ball person. I don't do predictions during the week. I look at football. So if I think the 49ers are going to beat us, I'm crazy. I can't be that kind of fan. I'm just not wired that way. What I said was, if the Dolphins play like this, if the Texans can threaten like this, the Dolphins will get beat by the 49ers. Please understand what I'm saying. Be very, very clear and concise here. I did not say they will lose to the 49ers. What I said was, and I'll say it again with conviction, in case you don't understand, if the Dolphins play like this, and if they play like they played in the second half, the Dolphins will lose. Pure and simple. You cannot compare the Texans to the 49ers. If you compare the Texans to the 49ers, you're the one who's crazy. So if you think this performance that you saw today, if it happens next week, that the Dolphins will prevail, you, my friend, are the crazy one. Understand my asterisk here. I didn't say that the 49ers would win. I said if the Dolphins play like this. You got it? Good. All right. So now that we're straight, let's go to another comment. Yeah, we need to play very well for 60 minutes to beat the 49ers. Absolutely. That's what football's all about. Mahalo to you too as 50th State fan. I'm trying to read this comment. He don't know football because if he did, he would know you used to play football. Yeah, I know. He's pretty much idiotic. We definitely have to play better than this to beat the 49ers. That's a fact. Anyone should be able to see this and understand that. This O-line will not get us through to the playoffs. I hope Teron can play. I hope it's not a really bad injury. I hope that, just hope. We need to play very well for 60 minutes. Absolutely, I believe that. Let me just cancel this. This team is not good enough to pull starters out during a game. I don't know. This team could be good enough, but the people that get pulled out need to be replaced by competent, ready-to-play people. And maybe it's the injuries. I don't know, but the second half, if you think that this second half was all right, man, crazy. You're right, Barry. We got to do better. Yeah, always got to do better. There's always a faster gut out there. Always someone who wants to take you out. So right now it's let's see, 2-minute warning. Just this clip, 2nd and 7. So right now, just hand this ball off to Myles Gaskin, which he does off the right side. Basically, can he get the first down? He got the first down. So he got the first down. Now,
Miami Dolphins.
You just saw Mike McDaniel on the sideline take a big deep breath. Now you can say this game is pretty much in the bag. They only have one more time. They just called their last timeout. There's 1:52 left. First down. Just kneel down. They can't stop the clock again. At this point, just kneel down. Yeah, we did destroy the Texans until we benched the first team. Yeah, and you know what? This is something that Mike McDaniel also has to understand. He's a first-year head coach. He needs to understand when he pulls his players what happens. And I think he just got a strong wake-up call. Strong wake-up call. So we're in victory formation, and it looks like they are just going to kneel down and run this thing out. Whew. Take the win. So all you guys who were wondering, that said I was being pessimistic and all the stuff, I want you to watch this sideline, and you tell me if you see the dancing, the hooting and hollering going on after this game. I would be, even Stephen Ross is on the sideline, the man who signs the checks, and he doesn't look extremely happy. So we're going to be in first place. We're going to have 8-3, basically tied with Buffalo, but the tiebreaker with having beat Buffalo puts us back in first place. Let's see. All right. They ran the clock out. I think one more snap will do it, and we'll get out of here. Dolphins are hugging each other on the sideline. No dancing. No dancing. Steve Brown, thank you very much for tuning in. There's Stephen Ross. Yeah, we were definitely rusty. Definitely rusty. I agree. I think Tua may have been in a position where things could have been bad. All right, that's going to be it. They're going to run the clock out, and we're going to take a 30-15 win. Dolphins are going to move to 9-3, 8-3, and number 1 in the AFC East. And the players are shaking hands, and there is nobody doing hooting and hollering like I told you. I'm not complaining, as someone says here. This is an ugly win. This isn't what players are proud of. They're not happy with this kind of win. A win's a win, you're right. But you look at this and you go look at the game films, there's not a lot to gain. You see so many mistakes. Thanks, Antonio, for checking in. I don't want people to think that, I'm pessimistic. I try to tell you specifically how games are going. Some people don't like the truth. I love the truth. I love talking about the truth. Well, I'm going to get ready for the 4:15 recap. If you guys want to join, we're going to go over some stats real quick and talk about Tua Tuesday. Thanks for joining me.